Um, Most women don't like to take accountability, and their communication skills are very poor. Most people believe that communication is just speaking, but the truth is, communication is listening and
Thank you,
understanding.
Jill. Hold on, real quick. I love this tomato. Thank you, Jill. Uh, so hold up. You gotta read the whole thing. It's not just about blaming the woman. It's the blame woman being blamed for what the fathers don't not doing though.
So what at the end?
You gotta read the full statement, sir.
Why are single mothers to blame for absent fathers? I'm giving you the reason. Like, did you want me to say the whole thing for people in the comments or something?
No, that's not why. You being hostile. Hey, Adrian.
I mean, you're kind of being ignorant.
I'm being ignorant because
A little
you
bit.
not
I mean, you're
answering it.
still.
Now you
I'm
want to
giving you the
attack
reason why men are
me.
leaving.
So you insecure and you thought you was gonna get one off
That
on me
was
or
cute. Yeah,
something?
I'm super insecure and I got a little dick. What's next?
Glad
What's
Right.
you
up,
could
What's
admit
up with
it.
that?
East? Girl, ain't nobody dealing with that mess. What's up, East?
Hey,
Hey,
Tara.
Tiffany. What's
Hey,
going on?
everybody. Um, so why are single mothers blamed for absent fathers? I think it's because then they would have to. A lot of the men that get up here, most of the time, they have an absent father. Not all the time, but most of the time. 99.9% of the time, they have an
They
absent
either had
father.
an absent father or they are absent
Are
father.
an absent father. You know what? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 50-50. Niggas love 50-50. So I'm going to say 50% of them have absent fathers, 50% of them are an absent father, or probably it will end up being an absent father. They just have that absent father vibe. But I think that's just their way of
Hey, analytical.
removing accountability. And also it's, to me, I think it's some, when they have an absent father, it's rejection therapy for them. They have to blame the mother because they don't want to accept the fact that their father rejected them and was absent in their lives. Like a lot of times, they hate to admit it, but the reason why the father is absent is not because of the mother; it's because of the child. It's because she decided to keep you and raise you is the reason why they're absent, or else they would be in that lady house, um, humping and playing Fortnite or whatever it is they play.
Real quick, y'all, can y'all make sure y'all still tapping the screen? I'm trying to get to 10K as fast as possible. If y'all haven't already done so, send y'all daily heart means and feel free to share the live out to a fellow deadbeat dad near you. Thank you, East. I definitely agree with what you're saying. It's a lot of bum behavior going on. What's up, 20?
Hello.
What's going
I
on?
just woke up from a nap, so I'm very refreshed and excited to talk,
I'm
as I
trying to see if
always am.
you're gonna be pro for or against today. But go ahead. What you want to say?
Why are single mothers blamed for absent fathers? Because people believe that men should be allowed to treat the children based on how they treat the woman that they had the children with, and that's not cool. And that's something that has been normalized in our society or the worldly society, honestly, for years, and it's really
So hold
tired.
up. I want you to shift a little bit. Instead of you saying that's how people think is okay, why do you think the men do that?
Why do I think men do that?
Why do you think men treat the children based on their relationship with their mother?
Because I believe that men don't. I believe there are a big group of men, not all men, but I believe there are a large group of men that don't really want children. They just want they want to have kids because they want to trap women
Mm.
into being around them.
Yeah, that was a big thing. And men still say like women trap men with children, and we know you can't trap a man with a child. Men walk out on their kids all the time, but men do trap women with kids because women are less likely to abandon their children like men are.
I
And
think,
that's a way to keep a woman tethered to them.
yeah, it's very fucked up. But I think that I have a strong belief that a woman. I'm sorry. Let me. I just woke up, so um. What I'm trying to say is, I think, I think
Mm.
that women can move on with their kids and not even have to let the father be present in the kid's life. They can literally move on. The issue is that the men are literally they're ejaculating in the women on purpose so that they can have access to them for years to
But
come.
I think it's important that we know it's not just ejaculation. It's poking holes in condoms. It's stealthing and taking the condom off.
That's it.
It's like trying to engage in intercourse while she was sleeping. Like men do a lot of different ways to like get women to like be in that situation. Because I notice a lot like, oh, it feel better for women. It feels the same. So men should always be wearing protection. Plus they got diseases.
I think honestly, oh, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say
What?
that. I'm saying I was gonna say if I was a woman, I would get my tubes tied until I was ready to have kids because I know how dangerous
But
men
see,
can
that's the
be.
thing.
Yeah,
So
no,
that's the
you shouldn't
thing.
have
Too,
to. You shouldn't have to.
no,
You
no, that's
know.
not why. No. Getting your tubes tied is way more invasive than like a vasectomy.
Right.
Like, it isn't too invasive of a surgery to just do it for the sake of. You better off just like not sleeping with men at all, to be honest.
Oh well, there we go.
And I mean, we see that, and then like the younger generation not having as many kids. Shout out to those women.
Yeah. The stats though are very weird. Anyway. Yeah, you can untie your tubes, right? It's,
And I'm not saying you can't untie them. I'm saying
no,
it's
I was just saying somebody in
invasive.
the
It's too
comments
invasive.
asked.
Yeah, it's too invasive to be doing it. And men don't want to get. Hold up, real quick. Can y'all tap the screen? Men don't want to get vasectomy because apparently it's like you're not a full man if you don't have semen. That shit's stupid.
Well, girl,
But
I
that's
don't
why
even know
women.
what that would look like, girl, for me.
What do you mean?
Like not being able to have semen, girl. That's crazy, girl.
I mean, no, you have semen. It's not sperm in it
It's just.
though.
Oh, okay.
Like, would you get a
That shows you how much I
vasectomy?
know, girl.
Would you get a vasectomy?
I'm I'm not procreating, so
I know that, but I'm saying, what would be your feelings around vasectomies?
I wouldn't have an issue with it if I was heterosexual and my wife or girlfriend, asked me like, "Can you get one?" I would get it. I
I
don't
don't
necessarily
know.
think I would have an issue. I think honestly the thing that would scare me the most is the procedure itself, but I would not have an issue with having it.
The procedure's not
Mm,
that bad.
yeah,
I've
it's
heard
not.
of a 24 to 48-hour downtime, if that.
That's not really my concern. I don't really like surgeries and stuff. I don't like knives. I don't like getting shots and
Mm.
stuff. So yeah. But I would do it if I was asked, and
I was mentioning before, like a study I was reading about them coming out with male contraception. They ran trials on contraception. Like we always get that it's too many side effects, right? But this study was talking about the reactions. I thought it was interesting. So they had two groups. One group they said that this option for male contraception was available, but it would be like long term versus the other group who got the information about it being available in the short term. And the men who would have access to it in the short term were way more aggressive than the ones in the long term. Because like essentially men feel like reproductive control is a woman's responsibility, not a man's responsibility.
that's
So the idea of having access to it sooner made them more aggressive. So yeah, these niggas can't be trusted. I can't. I don't trust your
Hey,
picture.
what
How
you
you
mean? You don't?
doing?
I'm not even a man. How you doing? I'm good.
No, I'm saying your picture.
That's Lil Durk. You don't know who Lil Durk the rapper is?
He
No.
don't look like that. He don't look like
You
that.
do not look like
He
that.
literally do look like that. I drew him,
Oh, you drew that?
so that don't look
All
like Lil
right.
Durk eyes.
You drew that?
Now I
You
can see
gotta
the
put
resemblance.
I
put
can
the
draw you
gotta
too.
put the braids on him.
Dawg, that's when his hair was cut when he was locked up when he had just got out of jail in 2012.
Okay, okay.
But
I think you did a
anyways,
good job drawing it, but
thank
it,
you.
it just looked
It
like one of them
it's
pictures
supposed
you
to be
see
like
on
a
the troll
funny.
page.
Yeah, it's supposed to just be
Not
like
just
a funny type
said.
of picture.
That's why I'm looking at it like you like that little Turk.
Yeah,
But
I be
go
drawing
ahead.
rappers and shit, and I be making them look crazy. But I think that, as far as the topic, I don't know why single mothers get the blame when men are responsible for creating single mothers. Like she can't, that woman can't become a single mother on her own unless she do like IVF or adopt a kid and raise it on her own. But majority of single mothers that have been in relationships with men, they were made single mothers by that man. So I'm not sure why the blame is on them when we should be blaming the men more.
Why do you think the blame is on the women?
Because we live in a patriarchy and it's easy to blame women for everything. Like it's easy to subjugate women and it's easy to tell women, hey, you a woman, so the shit that happened to you just gonna happen to you because that's what happens to women in the patriarchy, you know? And
Yeah,
so
because in society now, women like people don't like women. They also don't like children. So
absolutely.
a lot of times we talk about like that woman being left with the kids and it's her responsibility because she should have chose a better man. Never mind what's going on with him, but
No, I don't believe
also
in choosing no better man because choosing a better man would
hold
not be
up.
choosing a man at all.
I know, but let me say the second part. The second part of that is like, oh, fuck them kids and whatever they go through because she should have chose a better man, and I think that's crazy.
Yeah,
So,
no.
devil's advocate.
There you go with that bullshit.
Okay, you know I was coming. So, devil's advocate. So let's just say, like, a woman gets pregnant and she has, beliefs that would prevent her or would morally prevent her from feeling good about getting rid of the child. But she's with a man that has said that he is not in a position to raise kids. He's not in a position to want to be not want to be, but to be the best parent that he can be, right? We're not talking about an absent father. We're talking about a father who's saying to a woman that he is not in the position to raise kids. What
So a
do
couple
we
of
say
things.
to the
Hold
woman?
up.
I'll answer
So
after you host.
hold up. First, we got to consider like where she lives at, because in the Bible Belt, I think in some places you can't get an abortion after 6 weeks, and realistically, a lot of women don't even know they're pregnant that early. So it's a ban. So like you
Right.
need to consider that. Um, I also want to state something real quick. Y'all know Saul, right? Saul got like a mini series where he talking to his aunt about how he didn't get to meet his father until he was 50. And I mean, everything his father told him was clearly a lie. He had to go find him, and he found him by doing the DNA test and found his brother or whatever, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
interesting thing about the whole story that he has so much disdain and hatred towards his mother is that you find out that his mother was a teenage girl and his father was a grown man.
Mm-hmm.
His father was a grown man and she was a teenage girl. And it's like, well, it was her fault because she did X, Y, and Z. Like, no, your mama was raped by this man. So it's like it's so many factors in that. And the last time I say is to say, oh, I don't want to have the kids. Well, you could have got a vasectomy or covered it up. Like what? Like one, men know how babies are made. They plan the game, and like considering I was saying about stealthing and not using protection, and then don't want to, and then be like, well, you got to deal with the consequences. It's too much entitlement on the man end. But
Yeah.
go ahead, I can't.
Yes, once again, just to piggyback off of you, host, the accountability has to go back to the man because if y'all claim that y'all are leaders and y'all have autonomy over y'all bodies, why you can't take the proper precautions if you're not ready to be a father? That's not on the woman. After you insert a child into her, it's her choice what she would like to do with her body. You can't tell that woman what she can and can't do with her body. It's not your body. You had control when you laid down with her raw or unprotected or whatever the case may have been that led to a child. As a man, why
But
didn't you
it
take
but
that
in
precaution?
but in this sense, right? In this sense, we are past that point. The scenario I gave, we are past the point because you all know what a man is going to do regardless. You already know how men are. You already know that honestly
And
they
see,
don't.
that's where I'm gonna stop you right there. It's
Here
not
we
we
go.
shouldn't know how men are. Men should be better. That's the whole gist of what we talking about.
Well,
It's
that's
not.
the
It's not
thing.
like
But that's the thing. So it's very manly thing that 20 is saying, right? Because men will manipulate women, gaslight them, mirror their behavior, like basically formulate this whole fake identity in order to have access to that woman, future fake and lie to her about the future. And then like when he does something deplorable, it's like, well, you should know how men are, right? But then when we
But they
say how
are.
men are, hold up, but when we say how men are, it's interesting how many men want to enter the chat and say, not me, I'm a good one. So like the even saying that you like you should have chose better and all that stuff,
Oh my
it's
god.
gaslighting all the way around.
So it's a circle of gaslighting, is what you say.
Yeah.
All right. Well, but my answer, I mean, not my answer. My question still was an answer.
What's your
What
question?
should the woman do in that sense? What
No, I already answered. I did answer. I did answer.
Okay.
Cause like I told you about all the things that led up to it, so she gonna do whatever she can do or she want to do at that point.
Right.
Like that's crazy. If you had ate horrible, right? Because you probably hate your mama. Like your mama fed you horrible food your whole life, real bad food, bad health and everything, right? And then because of all these preservatives or whatever, you develop some type of cancer and you got a tumor, right? And you go to the doctor and the doctor say, oh, you got a tumor, you need to remove this tumor. Are you going to call your mom and ask for permission?
No.
Yeah, so like that is your answer. That's stupid.
I love that analogy, host,
That
that you
was
just gave.
tea. That was tea.
Because that is true. Like that's the gist of it. If you in a medical situation, which being pregnant is a medical situation, it's a big toll on a woman's body, and if a woman decide to say, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, she know the risks that come with it. And for a woman to do that, she's a strong woman. But as a man, like you cannot tell a woman, hey, this what you got to do with your body because we both participated. Like no, like East has said, when you lay down, you and ejaculated into that woman, you consented to being a father.
Yeah, that's what they saying in the comments. They said you are consenting to pregnancy
Can I
when you
say
release your
something real
sperm.
quick because my phone's about to die? So I just feel like it's funny how like we pick and choose when it's
Charge your phone and come back then.
Why you did that, Tara?
No, he making me anxious. I don't like people try to make me anxious. When people come up here talking about real quick, I gotta go, or what then stay gone.
Yeah, we don't want to hear it.
Y'all
Oh
can
my
continue
God.
saying what y'all was saying.
But yeah, so they're in the comments. I know we don't read the comments, but they're saying that once you release your sperm into a woman, you're consenting to pregnancy. I don't know how I feel about that.
What do you mean you don't know how you feel about it?
I don't know if that's. I don't know.
You sound like it's giving male centered. Cause like, how would you
I'm
not know how you
indifferent.
feel about it?
I am. Terry, you
Yeah.
already know I'm deconstructing that. You already know that.
No, I'm just deconstructing whatever. To even be on the fence about it is male centered. Cause like it's not complicated.
Maybe I just don't like how it sounds.
The crazy part is you said you understand what my example about the tumor, but now you like, no, maybe he should have it. He should like no, like yeah. The
No, I don't
pregnancy
think the
can be
man
a
should have a
result.
say. I honestly, when I gave my analogy, it wasn't me saying that the man should have a say in the decision. That's not what I'm saying. What I am
What are you
saying
saying
is,
then?
what I'm saying is, what's the best course of action for women who are dealing with men who once they get
That's how
pregnant,
it
they
depends.
are
I already
told.
answered that. Depend on what.
I know.
Thank you, Amara. But why are you on the fence about like him consenting when he decided to have sex raw?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Is
No.
20 a woman?
I need to
Hold
deconstruct
up.
this.
No, 20 a man. Hold up, 20. No. Deconstruct nothing. Tell us why you on the fence about it. Thank you, Amara. The tomato is funny.
I don't think I like the way it's. I don't think I like the way it sounds. Like you consenting to having a child when you release.
So let me ask you a question. When you have unprotected sex, do you understand there's a possible risk that you can contract a STI?
For sure.
Okay, so why is it
Your
easy to
consent,
accept
okay,
that you?
yeah.
Okay, so you understand you can get an STI, but somehow like
Yeah.
pregnancy is an afterthought.
I can't get pregnant.
No,
That's
what
why
Well,
I'm
you
it's
think
saying,
like
really not
that.
funny though, like
yeah,
because
No,
I feel
That's
like
no.
exactly why you think like that. That's why you're
right,
on the
you
fence.
think that way because
Yeah.
you are male centered and you are a man at the end of the day,
Well, yeah,
and
at the end of
you're
the day, yeah.
and one thing, I'm not trying to make it like seem like a homophobic thing, but one thing I have noticed about rainbow men is that y'all are very male centered, and a lot of y'all, a large percentage of y'all, do not like women
Well,
the same way straight women don't like
wait.
women.
Hold
I mean,
on.
straight men don't like women.
No, hold on. Hold on.
hold on, I
Since we're
can't.
here,
Have you real quick? I can't. Have you ever been on Drika Live?
Drika, no.
Oh, we were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah,
one
I've
thing
noticed. I'm just speaking from like experience. I've noticed that about them.
There's a lot of
well, good for
resentment.
you. You made an observation. We're happy.
Not you being passive aggressive though.
I'm not being passive aggressive. I'm just
Yeah, you
saying
definitely being
a
passive
man, a
aggressive.
man who lives in a patriarchy, a man who's also attracted to men is male centered. I mean, that does not really feel. It's not really shocking to me. But
Yeah, but
yeah.
shocking or not, the consequences of being male centered though is that like even when something's to your detriment, you want to condone it because you put men on the pedestal.
Yeah, I don't really see it that way, honestly.
That's what it
I
is.
think honestly, I think for me, I'm more so in the middle, especially with conversations like this. I can see both sides, but I do know at the end of
You
the
a
day,
man. You
yeah.
can't see both sides. You see it from a male's perspective.
No, I think I can see both sides.
I'm telling you, based on what you're saying, thank you, Ann. You can't.
Okay.
You fighting. Ish, you
Who
wanted to say
fighting?
something?
No, you said pretty. You kind of just said what I wanted to say. No, it's okay.
Hello.
It's because hold on, bro. It's because you are a man. Even though you fuck men, it don't matter. You still can put men on a pedestal.
I never made that.
Because go ahead, 20s.
No, I'm saying that I've never made that excuse. I've never said that because I'm attracted to men, I can see it from one perspective. Like I never gave that excuse. I don't think I've
You
never
said that you
even.
could see it from both sides, right? So you could see it from a man's side, or you could see it from a woman's side.
No, in this, and when I
So
said
what's
that,
the
I was
other
speaking
side you
about
could
in the
see it
context.
from?
I'm in this conversation. I was saying I could see it from this context,
You could see it.
and
You say you could see
for
it from
both
both
sides in this
sides. Yeah.
conversation. Yeah.
So what's the one side and what's the other side?
So on one side, if I could, I guess, split it in half, I could say on one side, like the only way for a woman to control on whether or not she gets pregnant is by contraceptives. You know what I'm saying? Or
Abstinence.
yes, yeah, that too.
Right.
That's
So that's from
that's the only way.
and what's the other side?
The other side is I can see how there are some men, especially the men in the comments. Excuse me. Like I'm seeing them saying like I just feel that their energy is saying that they feel like they don't have a choice in the matter either. But the reality is that they do. It comes with practicing like actual safe sex and not
But then you wouldn't see
ejaculating
it on
inside
the
a
other
woman.
side. I think you scared to say how you really feel.
How
Because
you
I
think
think
I
the
really
other
feel?
side. I think the other side that we hear from men all the time that the men should still have a say. But what's up, Ro?
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's going on?
So like, I think, one big thing with like children nowadays, like, and then being single, a lot of women being single mothers, like, children aren't used as like children; they're like used as tools now. So,
What are you talking
uh,
about? Break that
What?
down.
uh, when I say like now this is why shit. I'm scared to even start on which side. Like,
Don't be
shit.
scared. Speak your mind.
I mean,
So
we're
like,
here.
Hold
so
up. Let him go.
as far as like the side for like why are single mothers blamed for absent fathers, I think it's because like I think men, we do kind of expect more. Like in a sense, we understand that like we aren't the mentally, we
He
take from
talking.
women's mental health all the time in relationships, because we kind of look for women as for stability as far as like emotional. So when I guess we kind of expect to or like kind of when a child is brought into this life, like for them to, I guess, like take more responsibility as far as on that nurturing role. And I guess society has blamed women, and I think with this whole
Hold up. Just say what you was trying to say.
Because that's
basically
not
like
what you were saying when you first got up here. You said that
Yeah,
children are used as
a
like I
tool.
think a lot of men
What's up, G?
once they get in a situation where they have a child on their hands, like I think they disappear only because like of maybe like financial issues, feeling like the child might be used as a tool
The
for not
child might his child. Hold up. So he's the father, and his child might be used as a tool for what?
maybe say like financial gain.
Financial gain, like making sure the child eat and have shelter and
Uh,
clothes on their back.
I mean, in most cases, yes, that. But in some cases, you have like, some men feel like they might be controlled by a woman and a child that they've had.
But you know what's interesting about that?
Yeah.
It is this thing when men don't want women to have leverage when it comes to their money, which is why men have so much disdain against child support. But the fact that the child support is for his child just shows how deplorable and weak he is a man. It's just interesting because you like it's a tool, and the way y'all talk about children, I hope women hear this. As y'all listen to men talk about children, realize like they don't talk about children like the children are people. They don't. Not only they talk about women like they're not people. The same thing with children. Like they be like, I'm supposed to be the disciplinary, and I'm here in the household, and he's talking about using the tool to get the money. There's no empathy there, like at all. So imagine if a man don't have empathy for his child, then yeah, it's easy for him to abandon his child. What you were saying, East?
To me, it sounds like the way he is explaining it, it sounds like the man is using the child as a tool.
Yeah, it's not the
for
woman, it's the man.
financial purposes.
It
sounds like the
explain?
man is using the child as leverage.
If I could explain it,
If he
hold on, 20, let her finish.
Because if she's totally dependent on him to help feed and clothe and shelter the child, then he would have a lot more control over her financially. He can choose to pay, he could choose to feed the child. He can choose whether or not he can shelter the child. So he's using the child as financial leverage over her. And that's the control he gets to have over her life, is by not helping out financially. It puts her in a deficit. He's able to always like whenever he wants to just pop back up and help support the child, he's always going to be looked at as like a hero, or you know what I'm saying, something that's
I see.
Hold up, Raul. 20 wanted to add something.
Yeah, I just wanted to say it almost sounds like in this scenario that the man saying that the child is a tool, financial gain, is basically saying that he wants the woman in the situation to be a single mother because he wants her to struggle. When the reality is that we know that a lot of we know that there are some single mothers that struggle, but there are also a lot of single mothers that thrive with their kids, and they have good jobs, and they can pay for things, and they don't need
but that's
money
in
from the
despite of the man. But that's the thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
but we do know that it exists.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, yeah. So I just wanted to say real quick. Notice when we're talking, especially with the gentleman, the choice of words. Where when he referenced a child and he said the man ends up with a child on his hands, almost like he's describing like
Hey, Jesse.
BLOOD or poop. This is a human. So you rarely hear a woman reference our children as, I ended up with a child on my hands. So even when you listen to the unconscious choice of language, it really does give a lot of insight into how we view women and children. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, that's what I
It's
was saying.
really
They have no
sad.
empathy. Thank you, Jesse. They have no empathy for the child, is what I was saying.
when
Because
I
in
when I
these,
was
hold up,
sorry.
real quick. The reason why sometimes it's a missed on women is because a lot of times women end up defending themselves because they focus so much on the woman and getting back at her or saying how she's at fault. But like, they never want to talk about the kids because the kids don't matter. Because one of the things happen is when they say like choose better, there are women who literally can be married to a man. He could be a very active father, and if they get divorced within 2 years, the amount of time you spend within that child is significantly decreased. There's studies
Exactly.
on that.
The interest
Hmm.
goes away. It almost completely evaporates. So that's
Can
why
I
I
say
said
And
the
you
choice
have,
something?
of language.
yeah, you have. Hold on, Raul. You also can. Thank you, Dark Horse. You also have men who will abandon their biological children to raise stepchildren because they follow women.
Mm.
They don't follow children. But go ahead, Raul.
Uh, I wasn't trying to come off like I was saying when I was saying
No,
like
that's the I want. That's the problem with you is giving covert.
Hello.
Hold up.
you said what?
No, the fact that you like so hyper vigilant about the way you coming off is the problem because you're not
What
being
what do
honest
you
or
what do you
sincere.
what do you mean? No, I ain't finna let you attack me. Like I'm just trying to
No,
have a
I'm
conversation.
not
It's
what she's
just like
saying is
attacking
listen,
you.
real
y'all.
is
Like
that you what she's saying is real is that you are
y'all
coming off as hyper.
y'all
Hold
didn't
on,
even
real. Hold on,
understand what
real.
I was saying the
You're
No,
first
we
coming
time.
off it. No,
understand.
we
I
understood
was
We
completely.
were
I
You're
saying you're
was
coming
just
off as
saying
unconscious.
hyper. You're coming off as hypersensitive. You don't want us to see you. You don't want us to envision you a certain way. You don't
what
want us to be mad at you or
I
have
was just
negative feelings
asking.
towards you.
I
It was
was
That's
just
what's
a
just
going on
reference
here.
to it was a rep because I made the statement. Let me answer. I feel like for me, it was the unconscious choice of words. So it's not to say that you're a bad person because I don't know
Right.
you. I just wanted to bring attention to how we all do it. It tells a lot about how we think, our desires, the things that repulse us. So when you reference having some, you don't say, "Oh, I somehow ended up with a Bentley on my hands. I somehow ended up with, you know,
Thank you,
a
Dark
house, a
Horse.
10,000
That's
square
cute.
foot house with,
Thank you,
a
Wanda.
10-car garage on my hands." But when you're referencing this thing that somehow is not desirable, you're saying when a man ends up with a child on his hands. So we don't use that to reference other things that we desire. So I just
If I
wanted to
could
bring your
piggyback
attention
on
to it.
that, if I could piggyback on that right quick,
I was saying as far
children
as
are a
like in a
joy.
situation
I
where a
get it, but did
man
you hear where I
is
was going with it though? Do you see how that could be perceived from what you said?
I
Yeah.
Can you at least
understand that.
right?
I understand that.
Yeah,
I was
it's
just
almost as though you are
So hold
unconsciously.
up,
I want to
hold
keep
I'm
this in
up,
just
mind.
hold up,
talking.
hold
All I'm
up,
doing
hold up, hold up, hold
like
up. Hold up. I don't know. Some of y'all might be new here, whatever. Man, we don't give a fuck about his feelings. He's sitting up here gaslighting us and trying to be careful about what he's saying. That's what I'm talking about.
what
That's
do
the
you mean?
problem.
I just
Hold on,
said
real quick.
what I
No,
wasn't
no,
being
no.
careful.
We not about to coddle
No,
this
you were being
man.
careful.
Now he's a problem. He not being honest. He trying to gaslight us. He's thinking twice about what he say before he say it. He's not being honest. That's
No
the
shade.
problem. This man will deceive you and manipulate you. Like we, we
Never.
don't explain nothing to him. He know exactly what he doing. He know exactly what he doing. So no, sir, you the
Mm-hmm.
op, yeah. And nobody's gonna reassure you. You're a villain. You're a predator. It's given. We see it. You
How
expose
old are you,
yourself.
Rel? How old are you, Rel?
He too old for this mess. But hold on, we not gonna send to him. He ran away. Fuck. Go
How
ahead,
y'all doing?
Timothy. What's up,
Um,
nigga?
I just want to respond to the prompt. I want to say it's not single, like as a collective, it's not single mother's fault for like absent fathers, but I think because men only got an emotional connection to women, that's the only reason why I come off like that.
So y'all don't care about children.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
So
I'm
y'all don't
responding
care
to the
about children.
prompt.
No, I'm just saying. So men don't really care about children. You saying the emotional connection with the mother, right?
And I'm talking about in lieu of the father. That's what I'm saying. Like coming from you said,
No,
why are
what
single
I'm
mothers
saying
blamed
is
for absent fathers?
no,
That's
no.
what the
What I'm
question
saying
is, right?
is yeah, but like around that, like mother and father, their children involved. So the emotional feelings towards the mother take priority, right? Is that what you were
Oh, to be
saying?
honest with you, no, ma'am. I was talking about it from being like a child of that. That's what I was saying. Not so much as being the
Your
father.
father was a deadbeat.
I mean, I didn't really have
Hey,
either parent, to be
season.
honest with you. I grew up with my grandmother.
Hold on.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Your grandmother was it your maternal or your paternal grandmother?
Of
my
course, it's the
maternal.
maternal. It's
Hey,
never the
Jane Doe.
paternal. Paternal grandmothers don't raise kids.
Hold on. Was it your maternal grandmother?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
All
I know
right.
it.
He said
Yeah.
maternal.
All right.
But
So
what
what
he
your mom?
said. Oh,
Go
go ahead,
ahead.
Ted. I was
No, you
I was
gotta
just
go.
gonna I was gonna say I think that analytical was very correct. You have to like hear the words that come out their mouth the first time, because usually what a man means, what he says the first time is exactly what he means. You know what I'm saying? They're processing. A man loves to speak, and they want the words to come out before they fully process what they mean.
Right.
And when he said men only have emotional connections with women, I think I think he's telling the truth. I don't think it's just his opinion. I think that is a fact, that depending on the type of emotional connection a man has with that woman that he has a child with, it very much determine the type of father that he is
Well,
to
East,
that
if I
No,
could
I
specific
piggyback
agree.
on
That's
that,
why. Hold on.
it
I
Hold
agree.
on, hold on,
That's
real
why he was
quick.
trying to clean
Oh,
it
go
up.
ahead.
No, ma'am, I wasn't
we
trying to clean it up. And to be
Hold
honest
up.
with
no,
Hey,
you,
let the
Lynn.
man speak.
that could very well be true.
Hold
I
up.
was
Hold up,
Hey,
sir.
I hold on real quick. I just want to be messy real quick, and I want to ask East,
Hmm.
how does it feel knowing that you gonna be a paternal grandmother?
Go ahead, drop her. Somebody drop her, please. Get her out of here. Go, drop her now.
Same,
But
same.
okay,
Cause I'm gonna raise mine.
okay.
You gonna be the daddy mama,
Cause it's
and that kind
already
of
bad.
sucks.
Listen, Lynn, it's already bad enough being the auntie on the daddy side. I never fucking thought about I'm gonna be the
Dang, you
grandmama on
are
the
gonna
daddy
be
side
the
too.
dang. The auntie on the
Damn.
daddy side does kind of
Well, girl,
suck.
can I just say something right quick to what
No,
East
I'm the
said?
auntie on the daddy side, and I'm close to my nieces and nephews. But go
Yeah, I had to
ahead.
make
Let
an
me
effort.
stop
I
distracting.
gotta kiss
Hey,
ass to be the auntie on the. I be telling her, I'm like, I don't got nothing to do with that, sis. We
Right.
cool. We here.
but what I was gonna say is that I've had a lot of conversations with my family about a lot of things, and one thing I noticed about, like, my dad told me one time that if he had to choose between his wife or his kids, he's gonna choose the wife first and then the kids. And my mom, she was like in the same conversation. She was like, "Well, I'm choosing my kids first," and he was like, "Okay," and I was like, "Oh my god!" So that just shows you right off the bat.
Yeah,
I
because the
think
kids
that
don't serve a purpose. And
well,
that
I'm
Yeah.
not
they always say that we could just have more kids. To them, the kids don't really serve a purpose, but that woman do. That's where he get his smecks from. That's where he get his meals from. That's where he get his labor from. You're not gonna
Well,
give up
hold
my
on here.
labor,
Not hold on. That not
Hey,
in my
Chanel.
house,
Yeah, they.
but yeah.
No,
girl.
but hold
Don't
up.
boy, don't
That
nobody give a fuck about your house. I'm telling you why they asked that question.
I'm
Why
gonna
your
tell
daddy
you
asked that question. He
the
don't care about
reason
you.
why. Hold up though. Men treat kids like a job, like a car y'all co-sign for. Like literally, that's how they treat them. Like yeah,
No shade.
you need somebody to help you pay for that car, don't you? And if you don't act right, I ain't gonna do nothing.
What
Don't even
Jay Z
care if his credit get
said.
messed up.
real
But
quick,
let Lynn go.
I think
real
like,
quick. If I could just
can I
finish what I was
respond?
saying,
Go
just
ahead,
real quick. I'm
Himothy.
not
Go
trying to cut
ahead,
y'all off.
Himothy.
Yeah, all I
Go
was gonna
ahead.
okay. All I was gonna say was I think it's not just like that. Y'all make it kind of sound a little monstrous when you say like the man only care about.
Yeah,
But hold on though. What I'm
It is
saying is
interesting.
like if you were a
monstrous.
child though too, and there's no father around like for generations, all you can connect with is what? Women. You know, so the
What?
kid just as much as the father only connect with the woman. You get what I'm trying to
What?
say?
No, I
Mm.
don't
I
understand.
This
get what you're
this is what I'm trying
saying,
to
No.
but
say. It's
this is
generational.
no.
I'm
I get
speaking
what you're
collectively.
saying. Okay, hear me out. I get what you're saying, and I disagree. I agree, but I listen. The reason why it's like that is because of the historical the historical treatment of children and men haven't stopped and taken a look at their ideologies and the way that they think about things. Men think like they have the mindset, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but it is broke and it do need fixing. Like the way men and the way society thinks about a lot of things needs to be um what do they say in a corporate setting? We need to run this back around. I forgot what they say. What's
Circle back.
the terminology? But we need to go back and think about this. We need to revisit the way that men think about society and men's mindset in society as a whole. And like historically, children have been treated like a like an appliance. Like, oh, we're having children so that we can have people to work and do stuff for us, right? And to like take care of us and to like basically perform this bit of labor, right?
Thank you, Splash
And
Lady.
and we're not in those times. It was wrong then, but it's definitely wrong now because we
Yeah.
don't have to look at our children in that way. So in order to move forward and progress in society, we do need men to stop and take a look at the way they've thought about things because
Yeah.
there was holding us back. The
To,
mindset of men is what's holding us back
to kind of
in
land my plane,
society.
I was responding to the prompt. So when you say why are single mothers blamed for absent fathers, I'm even saying like growing up with my grandmother, she was bitter towards men. So at a very early age, what love did I have for any man? I just love my grandma. You see what I'm saying? So it's
What?
like,
What?
I
listen
don't
to what I'm
understand
saying.
what I don't
So when
I don't
you
What does that
and
have
when
to do
understand
with
what
people
he's
listen,
trying
what
to
I'm just you
say.
got to hear me out. That's why. That's what I'm saying. When they blame single mothers for absent fathers, it's a collective issue. I'm not speaking on your interpersonal dynamic, not one by one. I'm saying when all that there's left is women, that's who's gonna get blamed.
Hold
You
up, real
listen to what I'm
quick.
saying?
Hold up, real quick. Before, hold up.
It make a
What's
lot of
your
sense.
hold up. What's your grandmama used to say about men? I want to know.
She was just bitter. Like she would say, "Niggas ain't shit. You can't trust them." Woo, woo, woo. Like she
You
would
say your
always be
Cause you
saying.
granddaddy ain't
can't.
shit.
Cause
Right.
you
She wasn't
can't.
bitter. She was
She
correct.
was telling you the
I feel
truth.
like she was hurt.
Clock it,
I feel like
Nana.
she was
But wait a
hurting.
minute.
So, so
But where was
her being
your
hurt, what y'all gotta understand is the two aren't mutually exclusive. You being hurt don't take away the truth of the matter. Like, so I was hurt and I'm not lying. But go ahead, East.
I was gonna say, well, where was your granny at where was your grandpa at? Where was your grandpapa at when your granny was raising you? Where was he at?
I mean, that's a whole nother story. But
It is. But I
yeah.
bet you it's the same story as
A
your
Rolling
The
father.
same
Stone
one.
somewhere.
It's the same story as your father. So
Not
here you
quite the
have
same story, but I see where you're getting at it with that.
yeah, here you have your grandfather didn't raise you and your father didn't raise you. So I mean, it sounds like the proof is in the pudding.
No, because life don't go like that. And since I was raised by my grandmother, I didn't grow up
Why
in
you
her
wasn't
type
raised by your
environment.
why you wasn't raised by your
Hold up,
Wait,
grandfather?
y'all.
hold on.
Hold up. Y'all, he said his grandma didn't like men. That's why he don't like men. But now he's saying she was bitter for the things she said, and he's excusing the behavior.
No,
And
I believe
remember,
in a
this is why I said
balance.
listening to the words that we choose, because he also said that the way that it is because if all that's left is women, then that's the only people to blame. So how can that be such an absolute concept? But then when we're trying to draw a similar conclusion, you're like, no, it don't go like that.
Because I feel like
No,
y'all
can I?
talking about on the interpersonal level. I'm talking about collectively. That's the
Why
difference.
would you assume that we talk? What the assumption that we're only talking about interpersonal level, meaning that,
Well,
and I'm assuming that this is what you mean. Hold on, is that it happened to us, so we're now bitter, and we're not talking about on a societal level, or we're not looking at it from like the lens of we see it happening around us is insane. Like you think that we have a biased opinion about it because it happened to us on an interpersonal level. But even if that were the case, even if it happened to majority of women, we can observe that and draw the logical conclusion that the men are the problem. So y'all making it seem like, oh, y'all just picked wrong. Okay, if
It's
a
both the
bunch of
problem.
fucking women across America are, hold on, I don't like being interrupted. If a bunch of women across America are have the ability to pick so many wrong men, then we can draw the logical conclusion that there are a lot of fucking bad men to pick from. That there are a whole shit ton of bad men to pick from, and that's a problem in itself. Yes, if y'all want to, because y'all some petty tit for tat motherfuckers, y'all can talk about how it's problematic that the women are choosing wrong, but that's not to negate the problem that there are so many bad men to choose from. Like, and y'all think that the two are mutually exclusive. Like, we gotta, it's one or the other, and it can't be both simultaneously. Like,
Okay,
and that's a fucking problem.
that's fair. I that's fair. I won't argue against that.
Yeah, we can't retrofit, like, because if it's going to be a sweeping statement, then it's going to be a sweeping statement. We'll draw the conclusion across the board on both sides. But notice when we said it on your end, you're like, no, we wouldn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not possible.
Because I definitely think that the dynamics are shifting, but like how men are viewed is still going to be the same. And I find that very interesting. Like to the
How,
person in the comments that said this and that, but it's his grandmother's fault somehow.
what view
Like
is shifting? I'm sorry.
you said, what happened?
What view is shifting? What view are we referencing?
Oh, I said the dynamics are shifting, but the
What
viewpoint
dynamic?
on men,
What
like
dynamic?
roles in current day life, like
What role?
what,
You?
like no, I'm telling you, like what modern day women go through with men versus what men go through with women, and I feel like the power has shifted. So when I'm talking about why do single mothers get blamed, I think about the
Wait,
many
you can't say that and just move
generations
right
that's been
on. 1
happening.
second. Let's just go back a few steps. So what
Okay.
has changed?
Where I'm at, I think that there's more women that make more money than men. Oh, nah, I'm full of shit. That's crazy.
Okay,
you
so
are, cause you are,
You think so?
cause you didn't
what does
switch
that
the
have to
story
do?
up. Cause you switched
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
story up.
I'm not switching my story.
No, sir. When you came in, no, listen, sir. When you came in here, your story was different, and now it is that women are to blame.
No,
That-
it's not that women are to blame. I'm saying
But that's
that
what you said,
no,
though.
ma'am, no, ma'am. I said the dynamics.
I'm not a
are shifting.
ma'am.
I said MAAM. No, ma'am.
I'm not a ma'am.
That's a man.
that's the
Oh,
man.
That's a
I am
man.
The
a boy,
boy.
damn
no,
it.
sir. But look,
He distraught now.
that was kind of I ain't know.
Put some
Yeah.
respect on 20, man. 20 in the same boat as you. He a nigga too.
On here fighting
He
for his
ain't
life.
excluded. That nigga a problem too.
I'm fighting for my life too, but hey, what they be saying, Lynn, when they come here? I'm not like that. I'm not like them.
You different.
I'm different.
No, you ain't.
I guess
The
my
gays
point
be the
to say.
same.
Well, see, I ain't getting all that. I guess my point to say is like, I don't think
You
it's
don't have
it's
to.
women to
I will,
blame.
baby.
I don't think it's women to blame. I think that it's a lot of healing to do, and I think it's generational. So when we start looking at like bits and pieces of whose fault it is, it take away from the healing that could happen.
Yeah, a
And
lot
I
of
think
No,
healing
it
to
was
don't.
do.
Healing.
yeah,
No,
For
it
women.
don't.
both
Because
parties.
the people who need to know it's their fault, they need to know it's their fault so they can start healing. If you don't know it's your fault, then how you gonna heal from the damage that you caused? You ain't gonna do nothing but keep perpetuating the same problem. And the problem is
Okay, so
y'all
I'll give you an
don't.
example.
When we hold on. I'm about to finish. I promise you quickly. When we criticize men on their issues, I don't know why in y'all brain y'all take it as if this is finite. Like if we say niggas ain't shit, y'all like damn niggas ain't shit. We ain't gonna forever be shit, and we can't do shit with our life. Like y'all take that on, and y'all like y'all let it affect y'all more than it should. In reality, how I would look at it and how I think most women would look at it is like if the women are saying niggas ain't shit, first let's ask them in what ways we not shit, and let's start being shit. Like we can change. Like nobody is saying y'all not shit and y'all are doomed to not be
Yeah, I
shit
ain't
for
never
the
gonna be
rest
shit
of
for the rest of your
society.
life,
Like
right?
it's up to you to make
And
the
that's
change. If
why.
you want to be in denial about
But
not
So hold
look,
being
up.
shit and keep being not shit, then that's your
Ho-
problem.
that's
Hold
why I'm
up
speaking
him.
from.
Hold up
Oh,
him. Hold up him.
I'm a forget.
Listen, if them niggas cynical about themselves, I'm be cynical about them too. Let Grumpy go so he can join the conversation, y'all.
I'm gonna just say something off. She said when it said men ain't shit, and we act like it's fine. That women do the same thing. My thing is
Hey,
off the
JM.
prompt. it's both to blame. It takes two to have a kid. They're both to blame. It's not one person's fault. It's not one or the other. It's both.
How
We're
is
not
the
talking
woman
about
to
having a
blame
kid. We're talking
for
about
What?
leaving a kid.
hold on.
Hold up,
How is
y'all.
the
Hold up,
woman
y'all. Hold up. Sir, it says that absent father. The woman is not absent. So what are you talking about?
She chose that nigga. What you mean? It's her fault too.
What?
okay,
Yeah.
And
so
before he,
like,
hold on,
what are you
before
talking
y'all
about?
talk to him, can I
wait,
land the
no,
plane with you? Because
Timothy,
it
no,
fit.
No, Timothy,
you've
we
had your
gave you
time. You've
time.
had your
Oh
We gave you
time.
man.
Wait, we'll circle back around. Okay, so she chose him, right?
Yup.
She fucked up. Now he's an absent father, right?
Yup.
How is she to blame because of his absence towards his own child?
Because she chose him. That's a nigga she tried to have a
Right,
baby
but
with.
how it
Okay, but
okay,
what?
so after the baby's born, right?
Uh huh.
She chose them, that's fucked up, right? But now they both are both their child. So she's taking care of the child. She
Uh
chose
huh.
the bad dad. She's a single mom. She took accountability. How
Okay.
is she still at fault
And he made his
because of
decision to
hold on
leave.
one second,
Yep.
Grumpy? How is she still at fault because he is abandoning his portion of responsibility for the child?
Because she chose him. That's the L for her. Just like if it was vice versa, it'd be the L for him. Like,
No, 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 no,
yeah.
no,
But we're beyond
no,
the choosing part
no.
now.
You're not
We're saying
understanding
now
it.
what?
It's not like hold on again. Hold on again. It doesn't take away. Even if I chose you, you're acting like that's a trump card, like you just pulled out the fucking big joker. Like, oh, he ain't shit. Well, let me pull out the big joker. You chose him. Okay, I chose him. Now what? He still ain't shit. Like, he still abandoned his kid. He still is a piece of shit father. Just because I chose him, that doesn't negate the fact that he's a piece of shit father. It's not making it any better. It's not taking away the blame. It's not taking away the responsibility. It's not taking away the onus from the man being a piece of shit father. And I don't know why your brain drew that conclusion because it's not logical.
It's logical.
Those
Why?
two
Why
It's
can't
things
both
can
of them
not.
things
exist.
be
No,
true?
it's
Yeah,
not.
it
No,
is.
it's
Yes,
not.
it is.
Those two
It's not. I
things
didn't
can
never said. I
exist. And
never
I don't
said
know
that he
why you're
was.
bringing. If the conversation is about a person being not
Y'all both
shit,
wrong.
the context of the conversation is this person isn't shit. They're a fucked up parent. You bringing up the other person chose them is not negating the fact that that person isn't shit. And I don't know
Right.
why your brain
Nobody
drew
said
that
that. Nobody said
conclusion.
he wasn't
So
not
then what?
shit.
Okay, so
He
then
isn't
what
Hold,
are you
shit. But you wrong
hold
for choosing
up,
him.
saying?
hold
Like,
up,
what's
real
wrong with
quick.
that?
Hold up, sir. Hold up, real quick, y'all. We've been here long enough. We should be past 20K likes. Can everybody share the live out? Make sure y'all send y'all daily heart
One
me.
second.
Hold up, nigga. I'm talking. If you agree with
Okay.
people in the panel, you can support them by gifting and support the live goal, y'all. Damn.
I
Go ahead.
just,
Hmm.
I'm just at a loss here because what my fellow men, I need to start saying because y'all are confusing me for a woman. What my fellow men are not grasping here is that just because the man is a piece of shit, it doesn't mean that he has the right to be an absent father because he's a piece of shit. And if anything, as a piece of shit, if you know that you're about to have a baby in the world, wouldn't that, make you not want to be a piece of shit? And I'm just gonna use some man logic here. Okay, I'm just gonna use this. Not I'm not gonna be a piece of shit because I need to take care of the child that I helped create. But don't you not want to be a piece of shit because when that child becomes an adult and they're gonna look you in the face, don't you want your child to look you in the face and be proud of you as a dad instead of acknowledging that you're a piece of shit? Like when you want, I don't want anybody in the world going around telling everybody in the world that I'm a piece of shit. I don't want that as a
But see,
So
that's
man.
look. So
but
look.
20, the thing about, hold up. The thing about that is, you have men who coming around when the kids are older in adulthood because like it's something he can use from you now, and then he'll spin the narrative. That's the thing. It's not, I need to be a great dad so you don't think I'm a piece of shit. I need to lie to you a certain way and frame the situation so I don't look like a piece of shit. That's what's happening now.
Hmm.
So
So now
look.
that his piece of
Yeah.
shitness has been
And the
established, then
responsibility
what?
is over.
What should
So
happen after
20.
his piece of shitness has been
Oh, he don't know,
established?
baby. He gonna
He
What's next
needs
on the
He
outline?
about to
he
turn it
needs
back
to
on to a
change
woman.
that. He needs to fix that. The man is
They don't want to
responsible for
change.
the man's
It's too
responsible for
hard to
changing.
change,
So 20,
20.
I'm gonna tell you something. Earlier, y'all was asking me saying I was switching up my story, but I got a viewpoint to show you.
He's still
So
Okay.
trying
you
to
said
clarify shit.
no, yeah, I am. You said my grandpa was gone like my father was, and all that's true, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so what I learned is that my grandma, she was a little crazy, and I ended up loving women that were very crazy. And I
Oh
thought,
God.
listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm just listen. I thought I could heal people like I didn't see the
You
women
know
heal in my
what,
life. No, I'm gonna tell you something. Check me out.
child?
So I came to the conclusion at the end of it that the dynamic they had with somebody toxic that didn't want them is the person they want to keep around, not the person that was gonna love them. So that when you talk about men as a diaspora, it'll always be the one that didn't want to be around, or the one who treated you
Okay,
crazy.
so Himothy, so I'm gonna respond to that, okay? So you are not describing a common male, female, woman, man relationship. That's not what you're describing is a toxic cycle on all ends. Because men and women can both be pieces of shit that do not want to be with their partners, but stay with their partners because so what you're saying has nothing to do with this conversation. We are talking about mothers and fathers and why fathers leave. Okay,
It does.
I'm
But
not
I
who
think
trying to be.
established?
biologically, I
I'm
I'm
think
not.
sorry.
Hold on.
Who
biologically,
established that grandma was crazy? I'm
hold
sorry.
on.
Who established that?
That's what I want to
Oh, the
know.
But
doctor. The
the
doctor did.
doctor, you have the
Yeah, but
Because
look,
she's meant.
diagnosis.
She has a
What was her
diagnosis.
yeah, for
diagnosis?
sure. I don't want to say that. That's personal. But her
Yeah,
mind
it's
ain't
You
on
even
it.
personal.
told us all your other business.
Okay,
Might as
so
well
then,
tell us
so then,
your
if
business.
we go
Oh,
by
y'all gonna
Grumpy's
beat me
theory,
up and
though,
push me
if we
off.
go by Grumpy's theory, your grandfather chose her. Yeah, he
Right. There
chose
we
that, boo.
go. There we go.
Yeah,
So your
enjoy.
grandfather is at fault for choosing a piece of shit
He like
woman
it
that
like
has
that.
Can I
mental
add in my
If
issues.
that's how
He
you
like
see
it. He
it,
love it, and you
No,
can
love
I
it
that's
add
not
in
how
too.
like
we
my
That's
see
why
it.
you choose
context?
crazy
That's
too.
how the conversation is flowing.
I think when it
That'll
comes
hold
to
you.
a lot of relationships or why are single mothers blamed for absent fathers, a lot of the time it's because the women choose who they allow to inseminate them. But
Oh
also,
God.
I think that when it comes to like most relationships, especially nowadays where there's no sign or clear indication that there wants to be a marriage, that there wants to be like an actual union, what happens is these people just kind of vibe out, sleeping with each other. The dude's just kind of like, this is consistent punani. I don't really need to marry her or nothing. Gets her pregnant and realizes the burden is too much and he leaves.
But that happens in marriages too. There's
There's
a
that
lot
Yeah,
of
word
that's what
gets
I'm
there's
about to
a
again.
hold
say.
Tara,
on.
there go that word gets again.
Let me just say this. That happens in marriages too. There's a horde of women that get online that are married, actively married, currently married, and say, I feel like I'm a single mother. There's also divorced women that have said that, hey, I've been married to this man for 10 years. We got 3 kids together, and now he no longer associates with their kids. And there's actually a study that shows that the rate of child abandonment increases after a divorce when the father gets into a relationship.
Right.
So if we're going
So
to
the
bring up
marriage
stuff like
isn't
that
the
and sources, there has to
marriage.
be empirical data.
Look,
You have
sir.
There,
Look,
to.
sir. This
yeah,
is not
there
the
is.
Comes
this
from
not
more
this
single
conversation
moms
for
than
that. That's
marriages.
not.
Yeah, they don't want
No.
logic. They just
This
hate
is
men
not.
No,
No. We
and
just
hold
gave. We
on,
creativity.
just
hold
gave you
on.
logic, sir.
The Yeah,
What?
so hold on one second. I think that is kind of weird that we bring up sources, right? And you don't bring your sources. But okay.
No,
Um
you already know how that goes because as soon as you say something, then they're gonna want a stat, and then another conversation when you bring up a stat, they're gonna want a source, and then if you want a source, and then if you bring up a source, now they're gonna want to know if the source is credible. It's gonna continue. It's gonna
it's a
pass
circular.
down and down and
Yeah.
down.
I
You're
don't feel like
circulating now.
I don't feel like going through the source circle because also too a lot of you niggas just can't read. Not that you don't read, you can't read. But I think that here's the thing, right? Y'all try to put the accountability of like the responsibility in the father's bad behavior, but when it comes to situations where the mother is unalived, right? Let's just say she step off a curve and get hit by a bus, and most likely that
Jesus.
child
Rest in peace, Auntie.
Rest in peace. Most likely, the child is going to go to the custody of the mother's mother. The father doesn't take over custody. And let's just say you have a child, you pick a nigga that ain't shit or whatever, and you unalive during childbirth, which there's a high risk of that. They're not taking, who's to blame then? Is she still to blame? She's no longer here, right? And now the child has to go to this custody, but he still doesn't want is it still the mother's responsibility because she picked wrong, because she in the clouds, or is it his responsibility because he doesn't want to take care of his child? Again, the child doesn't have a mother.
It's gonna be our fault to
I
the
just want to
dust.
say
Boom.
that the ideology of black men and behind this pick better thing and choose better thing, I want to point it out for what it is, and it's very anti-black because when they
Yeah.
say pick better, they don't mean the same thing as we do pick better. When they assume that you pick wrong, they assume that you pick the D-boy from the block selling something on the streets, which is a
Lynn,
crazy
as a
thing
man,
to
I'm seeing that in
think.
my mind.
Really?
As a man, when they say pick better, when I envision the picks that they are discussing, I'm envisioning what you just described.
Yeah.
That's what they're
Yeah,
saying.
they think that majority of black women are going to the local like hood, like we all live in the hood or have like proximity to the hood. Even the women who live in the hood or have proximity to the hood, they're assuming that majority of them want to be with the local D-boy or have access to the local D-boy. When one, most of the niggas in the hood don't even have the money, the wherewithal to be the local D-boy. And two, it be regular niggas in the hood. Like they just ain't shit, but in a different way that you think they ain't shit. To assume that a majority of black women chose the neighborhood D-boy ain't shit like dude who just be on the corner or who be at the corner store every day is anti-black for that reason. It's also anti-black to think that there's that many black boys or black men who just be standing on the block at the fucking grocery store all day hanging out on the corner. Like that's anti-black in of
That's why,
You
itself.
don't have to
Lynn,
Like
be
that's
that.
it,
why,
it
Punishing
hold
is
on.
that, and
it,
then when we pick
like
better, then
y'all.
it's go ahead.
And like too, in saying that and assuming that about people's babies' daddies, that they're just like Pookie and Ray Ray, let y'all describe it, which is anti-black in itself as well.
Right.
Y'all are ignoring the real problems of why these men aren't shit. A lot of people have like they baby daddies do have jobs. They have the ability to have jobs. Some of them are not like hood and gang banging. They just lazy as fuck, or they don't want to pay child support. Like they come from a home where like maybe they was raised by their grandpa, but Timothy, would that mean you a Pookie because you was raised by your grandma?
But
No,
y'all
what I'm
notice
saying is
ain't
pick
y'all
somebody
notice
that
how
But
we
hold
love
being
you.
up.
tossed in a
All
trick
I'm saying,
bag?
Hold
hold
One
on.
at
up.
a
No, she
Hold
time.
asked
up.
me a
Hold
question.
up.
She asked me a
I
question.
don't
Just real quick.
care. Shut
Oh, here
up.
you
I don't
go.
care.
I just want to y'all still
I
talk.
think this part is important too, Lynn. They'll say he a Pookie or Ray Ray, but let that nigga be in the room, they gonna defend him. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's only a Pookie or Ray Ray when he's hypothetical, when he's like in the distant, when you can just judge that woman behavior. But had him into the chat, the whole conversation going shift. But go
Yep.
ahead him.
Nah, I just be when I say pick better, I mean pick somebody that actually love you and don't just give you a bunch of dopamine and leave you flustered.
But
Yeah, but
Timothy,
that's the
and then,
thing.
but we're not
Hold on.
talking
Let me
about the
just say this
relationship.
real
We're talking
quick. Hold
about
on, Twinny.
children.
Mm.
Twinny, let me just say this. This is why they don't like the single the divorced stat either. This is why they go for the single
Thank you,
mother, because
Kay.
it goes to show you the immediately when he was like, well, we need to cite sources and da 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 because we don't really even know if that's true. This, that, and the third, because it fucks up their logic when we let them know, like, hey, did you know that
Thank you,
women that do
Divine.
get married, women that are in middle class, white women, Hispanic women, Asian women that do get divorced, the fathers of those children also end up abandoning them. And if they end up getting married and having children of their own, or entering a blended family, the increase that probability increased even more. That's why they don't want to talk about, well, the mothers that get married and end up single mothers, because it goes against their whole.
That's
You
not
should have
true.
picked.
Exactly.
Hold on.
It's other factors
It
with
goes against their. It
husbands and
goes
Wait, y'all
wives.
against.
gotta let Queen.
Okay.
Y'all gotta let Queen go so she can get in the conversation too. So let East finish and then let Queen go.
I was just gonna land because it goes against their narrative. That's it.
She can. You can land East if you want to keep
I
going.
landed, baby. I'm good.
I just think.
Hey, Queen.
Hello, guys. Hi.
Hey, Queen.
Hi.
Can I talk to them, please?
No. He is waking up out of his sleep. I'm sorry. Hold on.
He said, "Can I talk to them, please?"
He got something to say.
Tell him we said hi.
You sound so cute. Mom, can I talk
Go
to
ahead,
them, please?
20 wanted to say something. Go ahead, 20. Hey, Daz. The way everybody want to talk at once and then nobody
If
want to talk
20,
when it's
I was
silent is
gonna say,
crazy.
if 20 is not ready, I want to
Hey,
ask him a
daughters.
question.
Hey,
If I
y'all. I'm gonna
can.
have to leave and join from another device. Real quick.
Okay.
1 second.
Hey, Tara, can I ask him a question?
He about to, oh yeah, go ahead.
So I want to know, since I
Hey,
noticed like we
Jazz.
being tossed in a trick bag, right? So it seems like it's always our fault. So if that's the case, can you give me one example of when it's exclusively the man's fault? Because when it's our fault, it's our fault. When it's both the man's fault and the woman's fault, it's both of our fault. When is it ever exclusively just on the man?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's difficult. I don't feel like it's not that it's difficult saying that like when is it the man's fault. It's a man's fault for a lot of the stuff. It's a man's fault for the women they pick. It's a man's fault for a lot of the way life is set up, right? But individually, it's not every man's fault. So like I was giving you the example earlier, the same crazy woman I would have loved because I'm answering it. The same crazy woman I would have loved because of my
Who
experience.
said that? Is somebody in the background?
My bad, I'm walking around
My
with my
background?
earpiece on.
Oh, that's Tara. Oh, I was like, I thought your girl was in the background telling you answer her question.
I'm listening to him.
So yeah, I don't think it's just one individual's fault. I don't think it's women's fault either. I think that.
But in the beginning, I'm sorry to cut you
That's
off, but in the
crazy.
beginning, you said there are several, you named several instances where it is the woman's fault. And then when we said, okay, is it not a shared responsibility? Then you said, okay, then it's both of y'all's fault. So you said now there's never a time though that you can think of where it is
I don't think that I
exclusively the
told you everything
responsibility.
was women's fault. That wasn't me. What I did tell you was that I feel like women don't pick the best sometimes. That was what I was saying. So I feel like you might not pick the guy that would be loyal to you or love you.
So is that not saying it's our responsibility? Because when you're saying women don't pick, you're not saying women
I'm
and
not saying
men.
it's your responsibility. I
So
think
who's
that
doing the
it's
picking?
Yeah, but I think that it's cultural. I think it's like everything that's in that. I think it's biological factors. I think it's like
So let's
how the
isolate
world is set
that
up.
and go back to who you said women don't pick. So would that be the responsibility of the woman if she's doing the picking?
No, because all men need to operate differently, so that even the men that they do pick can respond the right way. But I don't see it. I don't see life just magically working out like that. So it's kind of hard to say who's at fault to be able to change everything. I
And
think
he
men
can't
need to
answer
pick
that
better
question.
too.
Hold on.
Exactly.
He can't answer that question. So let me ask you a question to him. You saying pick better. What does that look like? What are you looking for in a man? Like, okay, this is a good pick.
That's what I said earlier. You should pick someone that genuinely loves you, not someone that just gives you a whole bunch of dopamine.
How do you know? How do you know? How do you know? How do you know?
How do I know what? That they'll be the one to stay for the children?
Mm-hmm.
Because they will. It's plenty of, you act like it's not a lot of good fathers
that's
out
not
here.
what I said. That's not what I said. I said, how do they know?
Like,
That
put
this
us
person
on
genuinely
game.
loves them?
Tell the women how we can pick a good man who we know gonna be there for our kids and love us. Like, Put us on game. What do it look like? Tell us what
It's
they
the
be
small
wearing.
details. Nah, I don't know about all that, but it's the small details.
Okay.
It's how they sacrifice for you, how they prioritize you in their life after they already established
Like,
their
give us
own.
an example. What's the sacrifice? Like, what kind of sacrifices would a man who really loved me and to be a good father? What kind of sacrifices would he make?
I feel like he wouldn't agree with you all the time. I feel like he'd be supportive, but he'd do things to help you. Like, have you ever dated a man that wanted to put you in therapy?
No.
Like, you had men that wanted to take you to the spa and all that, right?
Want to
Take me
put
to
us
the
in therapy or
spa?
put himself in therapy?
Both.
You said
Oh, now
take
it's
to the
both.
spa, like the massage, like to get a
Yeah, like
massage?
you have a man like take you to the spa and do all that, right?
I mean, yeah, but like, what do that got to do with?
But I'm saying you never
Okay,
had a man take you to therapy though, right?
therapy is like
Therapy.
it's talking to
Or
a
take
person.
himself
What that
to
got to do with the
therapy?
spa?
I mean, hopefully he already went before he tried to ask you to go.
So we would expect you to say take himself to
Yeah,
therapy, like do it for
hold up,
himself.
real quick, dog. Cause he did say he sent her to therapy, and the thing about that is, if y'all know anything about the history of hysteria, yeah, of course
Oh
he gonna
man.
make you go get a diagnosis while he sit at the
Yeah,
house. So no, that's
No,
that's
already a fucked up
crazy.
no,
man.
that's coming from a hurt viewpoint. I'm not saying I didn't say go to a psychiatrist. I didn't say to go get
But
like
Hold up. Two
I-
things. One, to assume that came from a hurt place instead of me rationalize what you said is fucking crazy. And the other
yeah,
part, I
because you
didn't say,
mistook it.
hold up, I didn't say a psychiatrist. I just said therapy like you said
You
therapy.
said a
nah.
diagnosis. That's what you said. I didn't mention anything about a diagnosis. So which that would indicate you need help for something. That's saying that you need to
No, it
seek
No,
help.
you've
doesn't.
never been to
It
therapy
is.
before. If
It
you
doesn't
think
mean
that.
that. I'm
Yeah,
a
no,
behavioral
actually when
data
you go to
scientist. It
when you go
doesn't mean
to
that.
And
like when you go to
and
therapy,
the
they're not trying to
psychologists can,
diagnose you.
psychiatrists aren't the only ones who can do diagnosis either.
Exactly.
But psychiatrists
When
are
you
the
go
ones
to
who
therapy, like they give you a diet. Like you're talking about something. Like you go to the therapist and you're like,
yeah, but they'll
hey,
help you work
I'm
it out before they try to
right, and
diagnose you.
that's the diagnosis. Like they're telling you, like some people are addicted to love, some people have childhood trauma that they need to deal with. Like those things are addressed in their diagnosis in
Wait,
therapy.
I thought he was telling us how to pick a bad man. Now we're talking about
I
therapy.
was
That's
telling you how to pick a
true.
better
Clock
man.
it
But
in.
if you
No,
don't think
lock
that
in. Lock
therapy is healthy,
in.
then you know.
No. Go back to telling us how to pick a better man. We all ears. We want to
I don't know. At
know.
this point, I don't think you would see it as a better man. Cause
No,
listening to what y'all saying, I'm
no. It
like,
don't matter what I see. Fuck me. It's 89 people in the room. Some
yeah,
woman
they
out
all on
there
y'all
might.
side.
Go ahead, help them. Tell them.
I don't know. And then again, like I'm a Christian, so like I'm from the South, so the way I look at life might be a little different. But I feel like a
Why you
man
don't
that
want to tell us? Why you afraid to tell us how to pick a better man?
Cause he don't know.
y'all
He
not
doesn't
responding
know.
the
He
right
doesn't
way.
know. They don't
The
exist. That's
right
why.
It's
way,
not true.
responding
That's
the
not
right
true.
way
You know
is
how I
Yeah,
take
confounding.
we not
now look.
responding the right way is a crazy statement, but y'all gotta clock in on that statement because that's what men be thinking
Alarming.
about a lot of stuff. Because
He
we
don't know
not
what the. He
responding
doesn't
the
know
right
what the
way,
better
so
man is.
like,
At the end of the day, I'm gonna say find somebody that care about your heart and prioritize that.
man, you
So
don't
you,
know.
That's what I'm
no,
saying. You know why? Because I could sit there and tell you how I'm a believer, but you could have told me how in GTA you got molested by a believer. So what can I say to you to get you to see
the
that there's
fuck?
somebody in?
Ain't
Yeah,
you
what
Oh,
saying
you
you a
mean?
that?
weird
I'm
ass
telling
nigga.
you. No,
What
I'm
the
not.
fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I'm saying. Oh
gaslighting is
wow,
on.
Jesus,
It's a torch. It's a blowtorch.
my God. Okay, you guys got it.
Hold on to your edges, ladies.
Well, the thing is,
The
the
thing is,
reason
they
he
don't
can't,
know.
yeah, he don't know. That's the thing. They got better luck with women, which is why they don't deal with that or whatever. But like, we can even look at like trans women and gay men. Y'all niggas don't know how to pick at all. Y'all fall for the same trash ass niggas, right? 20.
That's correct.
Yeah, niggas don't know how to pick.
But I also,
Queen, did you want to go now?
yeah, I was gonna say they don't really value parenthood, which is why it's so easy for them to blame single mothers for the unfortunate thing like about them becoming single mothers. Men as a whole don't value parenthood. It doesn't matter. Like that's why that saying fathers babies mothers babies fathers maybes. That's why that saying exists because the onus is directly appointed to women in any scenario. I think somebody mentioned it. I heard somebody say something about the woman being unalive and then the father still don't get the children. But even in scenarios like where the child gets hurt at school, they're calling the mother first. In any scenario, the mother is the main primary care provider in most situations.
not to say that there's no active fathers, but we know how society has like warped parenthood toward mothers specifically and women specifically, that men don't really have to value parenthood. Like literally, what to Issa's point about there being women who are married who still feel like single mothers should be like the entirety of they don't value parenthood. There are women in children in 2-parent households who when anything goes on, they're going to their mom. The father's sitting right there on the couch though, but they're gonna go tap their mother. They're hungry, they're gonna go tap mommy. They need something, they're gonna go tap mom. They want to play, they're gonna tap mom first. So that should be a clear indicator. Like men don't value parenthood. They don't have to. And then even with the whole thing about like the whole, she got 6 baby mamas, or she got 6 baby daddies or 4 baby daddies. How women who have multiple different children by different men are looked at in society versus like men could literally have 6 different baby mamas and they're still like lusted after and seen as like the prize in relationships. Like women with no children will actively get with a man with multiple different children from multiple different women and still look at him as like he's valuable. Like his value is not like, he's not devalued for being promiscuous or for having a bunch of kids, but women are. So it's like and it's crazy because again they don't even value parenthood, so it doesn't even make sense anyway. But I'll land my plane there.
But
I wanted to say real quick.
I think, Queen, the onus is gonna be on us in order to change the mindset of women. Like we're going to have to start as women shaming men and talking shit openly about men and like expressing the disgust with men who have multiple baby mamas. And I was talking to Tara about this earlier. We were talking about how women lie and women like give men the same benefit of the doubt that men assume that women get. Like, you know how niggas be like, oh, y'all lie to y'all friends like about their attractiveness, like your friend to be fat or your friend to be ugly, and you'll be like, yes girl, hyping her like women aren't honest. But women do the same thing for men. Like, we're not honest with men about who they are either. We lie in order to protect men's egos as well. Like, a lot of y'all be dusty, crusty, broke, bummy, like, can't do shit with your life, stupid as fuck, and that woman still gives you the respect and treats you like you the motherfucking greatest man in the world. Some woman out there has done that to you and has you thinking that you're him, like you're that nigga, and you really are not that nigga. You're not. But some woman done boosted your self-esteem, and like women need to stop doing that. If some women end up alone, then so be it. But the problem is some women don't want to end up alone. But some of these niggas they're not fit to be fucked with, in the word of Miss Cat. A lot of men are not fit to be fucked with, and y'all fucking with them for the sake of having a nigga, and y'all using your abilities, you're using your finances, you're using your like proud whatever in order to boost this nigga up so he'll look better than what he is, and you're not doing but boosting his ego for him to go on to the next woman and think he that nigga. Y'all really don't be that nigga at all. At all.
They don't. I hope that I'm gonna just say this for the woman. Like, the biggest takeaway I hope that women are getting from this is that like it doesn't matter what you do and who you pick, right? Once you decide to start fucking with a nigga, even if he involved with you, like their fathers who live in the house ain't not involved, that's your baby. That's your baby. And it will be treated as such. They don't give a fuck what you did first. Marriage won't protect you. Him having a lot of money won't protect you. Him, like, you seeing him behave certain way with other people's kids ain't gonna protect you. Like, just so y'all know, these niggas will abandon you. But let Gay J go. What's up, Jay?
Yeah.
What's going on?
You call him Gay J? I heard that.
Ease.
I heard
you.
The fuck?
She's funny.
No, Ease. Somebody mute Ease. No.
Nah, cool.
I ain't say that. I say JJ.
You're fat.
Go ahead.
Nobody worry about that. It's my turn.
What you want to say? Yeah.
No, I just heard a whole lot of different perspectives. I just feel like y'all lonely. Ain't nobody touching that pussy, so y'all mad. Y'all just lashing out. Y'all think everybody just hate. Y'all just want to hate, man.
Yeah.
It's cool though, but like, we could tone it down a
Are you
little
here
bit.
to join us?
Because
Not
you
everybody
right on the
the
panel right
devil.
along with
Are
us.
you here to join us in
Like,
hating
why are
men,
you
or
here? If this is a
I'm
what?
vent
just saying
session,
though.
why bring your ass over here?
Let's
What
go,
you got
Yeah,
Coach
going
like
on?
Chad. Let's go,
what
Coach
Because
role do
That's
Chad.
what
you
I'm
call
trying to figure
yourself
I feel
out.
as though like
playing?
as soon as a nigga go against your opinion, he DL, he gay, he this, he that, and the third.
Not once has that been said on this
He called
panel.
me gay
Hold
Yeah,
Jay
he
on.
since
like
I
he for the
came up
boys.
here.
He for the boys.
Listen,
She did
His
not
called me
masculinity
gay
say
feeling
Jay.
that.
attacked
She called me
already.
gay Jay.
Like,
She called me gay Jay. Oh,
Sir,
good.
you're first of all, the initials
You see
are
what I'm saying? You see
G,
that?
J, and A,
Okay, then.
sir.
Bathroom
And
changing.
then you just called us bitter. You just called us
Right?
lonely.
They
You
can't. Because so immediately when we have
I
conversations like
mean, y'all,
this,
y'all just
the
not
women are
attractive. Like
bitter,
some of
but the
y'all
men
look
can't be
good, but
gay.
like
Make it
y'all
make
not attractive
sense.
on the
everybody
inside.
on the
So it's
panel,
hard
all
to
the women on
keep.
the panel are tens.
okay?
You can
And
go on
you
I'm
another
just trying
are
to
panel.
deal
and
with
you
that.
Like,
are DL.
I
like
see how
Hmm.
y'all feel. How y'all feel? Don't nobody want to deal with
Yeah,
that.
But
that's how I
you
feel.
wanna deal with it
Hey,
because
message to all the
you hit the
men that's
request
watching
button.
this
Hold on,
shit.
wait a
Just
minute. You
leave. They
saying
don't
that don't
want to hear
nobody want to
nothing we got
deal
to
with
say.
it? Hold on. You saying that don't nobody want to deal with
Let
it,
them talk
but
to
you want to
themselves.
deal
Don't
with
nobody
it.
want this shit.
You came. You want it though. You
This shit
came up
is
here. You
trash.
requested to get up here.
Ain't nothing up
Easy.
here worth paying for nothing.
Easy.
my
What?
thing
Well,
is, my
we
thing
don't need to
is,
pay for it. It's not for
We don't
sale,
sell it,
baby.
so
It's not for
my
baby.
thing
sale.
is,
We got the
Easy.
nigga that got to buy
You
coochie on the
you will be
panel.
correct.
Say easy.
What?
Hey,
There's a
look,
whole
but you
lot
see
of
though,
bullshit on this
this was
panel.
going on my point earlier. Now look, he came in with more aggressive energy to match y'all energy, and I ain't get aggressive with y'all at all. So
So
we
hold
gonna
on,
get this thing.
Hey,
Hold
What
on,
does
hold
that
on.
mean?
I ain't
That
Still
say
wasn't
what I'm
feeling your
saying
ass.
aggressive.
yet. I
They
ain't
hold
was
on,
say what
still
hold
I'm
on,
feeling
hold
saying
your
on.
yet.
He's
ass
sitting
too.
up
How you
here
gonna tell me to hold
crying,
up before I
Timothy.
finish
Hold up,
talking? Ain't
y'all.
nobody crying. What I'm
No,
saying
I'm gonna
is,
let you finish.
oh
But when you
my
said it,
god,
I want you to say he ain't shit nigga for us. But go ahead, him.
you playing?
Right.
Look, I'm just saying. Look how the energy get. What's receptive and what's not.
What
You
do
see
you
what I'm saying? Y'all
mean?
gonna go back and forth.
We didn't see that as aggressive. That was very soft and
Himothy,
feminine. That
when you
was
came on this panel, you were it was a different story. But
It's not a
now the
different
story
story.
has changed. No, Himothy, when you came on this panel, your tone was different than it is now.
No, ma'am, it's
It
not.
really was. You have switched. You switched quickly, and
So
I
all
just
right,
don't
cool. So
get
you
it.
telling me that,
Man,
right?
fuck that. You
Now I'm
gotta
gonna
tell
ask
these
you
hoes
how.
how it
but
is.
but
Fuck
him, can we
So tell
tell
me
you that we
how.
didn't see it as aggressive? Can we tell you that? Like just coming from us, we can let you know right now that was not aggressive. Hence the reason why
So a man
everyone's
telling you that
quiet.
your pussy ain't getting touched is not aggressive.
That was not
and
aggressive at
he's trying to
it's
all.
definitely
TC
not,
up
bro.
here trying to exert his masculinity
Y'all fuck
because in his
robots.
household he doesn't have any power, so he
It
has
was
to get on
very
the internet and try to
soft.
But
exert
why
his
y'all
Yeah.
gotta
masculinity to
why
women who
y'all
Y'all
don't know
fuck
gotta
him.
robots and
respond to
rude.
that
He's
Like,
one
you
of
shit
the
think
though?
calling us
Come
hoes
on
and
girls.
now.
bitches is gonna make us lose sleep?
He was
Like,
one of
that
the
does
Hold
not
on.
make
girls.
nobody
The
lose
thing
sleep.
is,
But that's what you
Timothy.
interact
Hold
with
on.
is what I'm
Hold
saying.
on,
He's
Timothy.
one of the
The thing
girls. We're
is
okay with
that
him.
the exactly to us, this is somebody who probably who fucking homeboy when they get perked up. You know what I'm saying? So
Nah, look,
we're not
that's
gonna give him that
disrespectful.
type of
You can't say that to
energy
the
because
man.
that's what he
That
wants.
shit don't
He
work no
wants
more.
the
That shit
you
don't phase
no,
me.
I get it, I get
We
it.
try.
Neither does your dick because anyways, but that's what he wants. He wants us to give him that type of energy. You don't understand. Niggas be getting up here.
Tomatoes. That shit don't work no
Hold
more.
on, sir. Hold on. Relax. It's a raging DL. The niggas that get up here and try to like, oh, you bitches, da da da, do your pussies is dry. They be coming up here because they trying to get off on something. So we're not gonna give them the same energy. That's what he's looking
It's
for.
sad.
You don't even understand that
Exactly.
a lot of these niggas be freaked out.
Hey,
And
It's
y'all
if he
could
girl
be
be he
seeing
don't
niggas
get
power.
all day up
attention,
here.
he don't get attention from bitches in real life. He don't get attention from women in real life.
It's girl
So
And
power
at the
here.
same, hold
So you
up.
gonna
And at
take
the
my
same
play?
time,
You gonna
hold
take
up.
my play and use it
hold
Hold
on
on.
against
one
At the
me?
same
second.
time, we ain't gotta explain shit to none of these motherfuckers. Let Koofy go. Shut the fuck up, nigga.
It's Kofi actually, but
Kofi, go ahead and say what you want to say, sir.
okay. I'll be respectful. So my question to you guys actually is
This
that like
man's a football
who?
coach.
No. I just broke my shoulder. That's why. Anyways, so who? Well, you guys say like, why are single mothers blamed for absent fathers? It's like there's blame to go around for both sides. You know, I don't think anyone exclusively blames just the women because nobody respects a deadbeat. Like I don't think any dude in here respects a guy who's not there for his child. So it's like it goes both ways. But I
That's a
think that there
lie.
has to be.
No, you wrong.
That's a lie.
I do. He
See,
gotta
No.
put himself first.
so
What?
They love the boys in here. They love them.
well,
Thanks, Kofi,
I'll
though.
speak I'll speak for myself. I don't respect it, obviously, but I do think though that there has to be some accountability on the woman's
So hold on, real
perspective.
quick. Hold up.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
gonna say this like I said earlier. Okay, we got a single mother, so she is still taking care of said child. She's taking care of the child,
Hmm.
right? And then the absent father has abandoned the child,
Yeah.
right? One is there raising the child, making sure the child is fed, clothed, has somewhere to sleep, is getting enrichment, and the other one said, "Fuck that baby," right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
hold up. One is getting to know the child, knows what's going on, make sure they go to their doctor's appointment, and another motherfucker bent over in the alley, right? One is in the house talking to the child on a daily basis, and the other one over somewhere shooting up or something. So let me ask you a question: how are you saying they both responsible and need accountability? Just paint that picture for us.
Well, because I actually have seen it firsthand where, and I'm not going to name names or anything, obviously, but I feel like there's a lot of red flags that women ignore with a lot of dudes prior to getting pregnant because of their feelings, right?
And this
Oh
is
my God.
Wait, I'm not trying to ruffle feathers. I'm just let's be a little honest. That's
because
it.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
make a point. I told y'all this earlier, right? I'm explaining how these two adults have responsibility to a child, right? And the way he wants to counter me is now talking about the woman. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't focus on children at all. You don't give a fuck about the children. This man abandoned his fucking child, said fuck that child. A lot of y'all got your own story. Y'all think somebody want to hear that bullshit. And then you go like, well, the woman did this and the woman did that. Because y'all fixate on women. Y'all don't give a fuck about children.
And there's that word getting again, Tara. You heard it, right? I'm just calling it out.
Yeah, so go
Also,
ahead, Kofi. Let
also,
Kofi respond, y'all.
go ahead, Koof. Koof, you on mute.
Yeah, I just need some dick.
Oh, sorry.
Oh
No,
my
you
God.
need
Bro,
dick.
he's
No,
freaked
you want
out. This
some
nigga's
dick.
freaked
Freaked
out.
out.
That's all you can think about.
He want to get dick down.
Who gonna
Hold
give
up,
it to us, Gay
freaky.
J? You?
No, hold on. Let Gay J, let Kofi go.
No, my point though is I do feel though that there's oftentimes, women will get with this certain dude and they'll like him and
Oh
it'll be
my
good, but
God.
they're
That's
See, he's still
insane.
doing it. Hold on. Let him do it. Go ahead.
well, no, I mean my point is that there's a lot of dudes out there that weren't worth having a child with, and there's plenty of
Thank you,
examples
Liz.
to give prior to having a child with them that you simply ignored, right? Stories don't add up. Things here and there just don't make sense. He's lying here, and it's just
Okay, well,
like
what about the
there,
men?
there's
What
there's a
about the, okay, Kofi. What about the men that
yeah.
abandon their children after a divorce?
I was about to say because
After
what the
the
married women chose wrong too. So
Right.
So
so
can you
so
answer
how
that? So there, okay, so there's a trend of men that abandon their children after a divorce. So after their 5, 10, 7 year marriage, after the marriage and the divorce is, the ink is dry on a divorce paper, within 2 years, the father of those children will abandon the children. What do you say about that?
well, I mean, obviously I'm not condoning anybody abandoning their child, you know, and the man is to blame for that. However, let me ask you this: how often is the situation where a man completely abandoned his child versus a woman who just won't let their father see their child? Because that happens often too, and we can't act like it doesn't.
Not when it
Exactly.
comes
That
to
shit never
cases to,
happens. Just on the
hold
Zeus net.
on, Gay J, relax. Hormones is raging out of
Well, it's
control.
because I'm not
Hold
saying that it
on,
doesn't
wait a minute,
happen.
hold on,
I'm
wait a minute.
saying for both
Real
sides. I
quick,
think
Kofi. This is why I like to use the divorce statistic, because that's the paperwork, that's the trail that we could follow. We don't gotta follow he say, she say. We could just follow what the paperwork say. And then the divorce in the cases of divorce, the full custody is often given to the child,
Thank
to
you,
the
Spike.
child's mother, and then the father will take like weekend custody, right? And then
Yeah.
within that time frame, the mother will often, there's times where you see paperwork coming back saying the father is no longer doing his visitations. He had a visitation on the weekends, visitation on the holidays, and visitation throughout the summer. He's no longer complying with the divorce paperwork, right? So that's the proof that we can have, where there's a judge that says you have to give this child to his father every weekend, and then the mother comes back within a year or two, most likely within 2 years, and says he's no longer complying with the custody order. He was supposed to come get the child every weekend. He hasn't seen the child in 3 months.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't see how, I mean, I'm not, like I said, for a situation like that, obviously the man's at fault, right? And I don't know who's saying he's not. Maybe some other guys are. I can't speak for everybody else. But, I mean, how often in situations like that is the
actually
mother
happens
blamed?
very often, very often.
But is the
here's
mother
problem, though,
blamed in that
Kofi,
situation?
hold on,
Well, no,
Kofi. Hold on, Kofi.
okay, I feel like I
okay,
let
real
you guys
quick,
talk
real
a little
quick.
bit
I'm
more.
gonna just land with this. Here's the problem with that. That divorced mother is still going to get blamed for the actions of a divorced father. That's the question. Why would that mother, that single mother, be blamed for the actions of the father?
Who's blaming them though?
Oh my God.
Like,
Oh,
actually
Lord.
though, like no, like answer that
You
question. Like,
you are.
No.
You are.
When?
Yeah,
Did
you
I?
said that she should have known the red flags.
Wait. No, I didn't say that. I
Hey,
said
breathless.
Yes, you did.
No.
You literally said
Kofi,
that.
no,
enough is
not
enough.
for the
I know, Kofi, enough is enough.
divorce.
You quite
not the divorce
literally
situation.
said that. You said
Not for
that.
Not for the divorce situation. You changed it with the divorce situation. I
A
talked
single
about
mother
how.
is still a single mother, whether she's divorced or whether she was never
Okay,
married.
but there's
And the
different
scenario
examples.
doesn't change. The variables don't change. The outcome is still the same. The outcome is still exactly
She's
the
How you a
taking
same.
single
care of a
mother and you
child by
married?
herself with no help from a man.
Right.
She's primary care provider of a child with no father in the household. She's still a
How
single
is you a
mother.
Thank
I
you,
don't
single
know
Steph.
how
mother and you
y'all.
married?
Yes, but you gave a different example by bringing up the
Y'all always
divorce
say anything.
No,
statistics.
it
Thank
wasn't a
you,
different example. It's
Georgia.
the
Thank y'all for
same
contributing to the
exact
live goal.
example.
Well,
It's the
no, because
same exact.
the
Hold on, wait a minute.
no,
No, you think that it's different because he put a ring on it. That's what's fucking your brain up. That's what got you up there glitching. But the scenario is exactly the same. A woman had a baby with a man, and the man abandoned the child. It's exactly the same. So you are the one blaming her. It
Thank
doesn't
you,
matter whether or
breathless.
not she had the paperwork, she had the piece of paper or the ring or not.
So if you're married, you can still be
Hold
single
on,
at the same time.
JJ, relax. It's his turn.
it's my turn.
Talking to you.
Okay, so I'll just say, like, when you had first mentioned it, or when we were first talking about it, I was thinking more in the broader sense of just someone having a baby and then they up and leave, and then they're not absent or they're absent in the child's life. When you brought up marriage and the divorce statistics, that to me was like a different angle, because that's a different dynamic. Because I mean, it kind of hits close to home, but like I said, I've seen it before where, and maybe it's just my perspective, but I've seen a lot of women in these scenarios, they did it for their own benefit. And now I'm not trying to sound like misogynistic or anything like that, but we can't act as if like there can't be accountability towards women who simply, number one, they initiate divorces more than men. That's a fact, right?
So
Because they benefit more from it.
are blaming the women. So you are. So when you ask who's blaming these women, you are.
Well,
You
you're
have not.
asking.
Hold up.
I'm just giving an example
Well,
as
hold
to
up.
why
Hold
you
up.
could blame
Hold
a
up,
woman.
Coffee. Hold up. The part that's crazy about that, if she initiated divorce, women want to get divorced for reasons, right? Like she is a reason why she want to get divorced. But that's the thing. Just because she got a divorce mean that he don't have to take care of his child no more.
I
That's the
didn't
shit
say
that's
that.
crazy. No. You insinuated when you said it because you like women are initiating divorce. Yeah, if the niggas are fucking abusive,
Well,
if they
no.
hold up, they cheating, if they not contributing to the household, like he not bringing enough money. Yeah, so yeah,
You
he
do
need to
that
be
before you
divorced.
marry
But
them,
that
though.
don't
Yeah, but you
hold up.
married
Shut.
him.
Yeah,
There's consequences behind actions. Stop acting like
yeah.
y'all
Hold
just
up.
all
Hold
innocent.
up. No.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Y'all the niggas we talking about. And that's the thing. Like
That's
y'all would
fine.
never
We the
admit.
niggas you need to
Hold
hear.
up,
You don't
hold
want to hear
up.
nothing we gotta
Dad,
say.
hold up. Shut up. Why nobody even talk to you right now? The thing is, y'all be the guy. Y'all the man we talking about. And the thing is, you'll still insist that you deserve to have a woman, y'all should get married and all that shit. Y'all be wanting it for yourself, and you be like, well, I'm a great one though. No, y'all the guy, y'all the problem. That's the thing. There is no she could have picked because I said a financial reason. If a man lost his job or got hooked on substances, how she supposed to know that would have happened? Y'all just be saying any fucking thing. And that's the
Yeah.
thing I was initially hold up. Because you said it again. She should have picked better, so that child need to suffer. So sorry, little JoJo. No, mama didn't pick better. Daddy out now. Like, what the fuck? Y'all are some
Damn,
bitches, and y'all
JoJo.
weak as fuck.
It's disturbing
Thank
to
you,
know that
Jam.
we're walking amongst men who think like this. That's the
Well,
disturbing part.
But
no.
that's
The,
why I
Nah,
the,
No,
always
it's
say
eye opening though. We need this
it's.
is
But
necessary.
that's
Like
why.
it's
I'm sorry, Queen. Go ahead.
but
Hold on, Queen was
like,
saying something. Hold on,
No, I
Coffee.
was just gonna say it's eye opening and it's necessary because there's this illusion that the whole pick and better thing when we these panels are hosted and she hosts these panels and these men from different walks of life. You got white, black, Latina, all of them coming up saying the same thing across the board from different caricatures and different archetypes of men saying the same thing when it comes to parents and children. So this is not a one-off situation. A lot of men feel like the onus needs to be on mother, and a lot of men do not value parenthood. That's just the gist of what we need to understand as women so we can move forward. Because that's the thing, like they're not gonna change. They don't even feel like it's necessary. Like
That's why I
and
always tell
Tacho.
that. But that's why I always say men don't have children. Women have children. Men don't have children. When a
What the
man
fuck?
leaves, hold on one second. When a man leaves the relationship, right? Because he no longer has sexual access to you, that child is now yours. He's not that is your child. Like Tara said, that's your baby. That's it. That is your child. And a lot of times, and I know we don't like to admit it because it makes us feel uncomfortable, but a lot of times men hate children. They do not like children. They do not like children that don't belong to them, and they kind of barely like children that do.
Well, the thing is that jealous
That
of the
was rage
children
bait, right?
because hold up real quick.
That was
Men
rage
look
bait.
for. Oh,
No,
let
it was
me drop
J
you.
bait, and you took the
Hold up,
bait.
hold up.
That
Shut
was
up.
rage
No,
bait.
just hold up, Jay. Just because you let a nigga nutty ass on me, you get pregnant ass. So hold up. The thing y'all have to understand is that men are jealous of children because they look for a woman that's a maternal figure. So like they use their manipulation and victimizing themselves to like trigger something in you to like essentially be a mother role for them. And the children there is a problem because then they have to fight for your affection or labor. That's why they hate the children. That's why they can abandon their children. Say fuck them kids. They don't give a fuck. What's up, Jill?
Oh, that's deep.
well, it's kind of it sucks to hear that because like I mean from my experience, I just never that wasn't my experience. You know, like my dad's still
Your
in my life
experience
today.
doesn't reflect the experience of the
Was your
majority.
was hold on? Was your father and mama together?
No, they actually divorced when I was about 3.
And okay, was he involved?
Yes.
Matter of fact, hold on. Did he get custody of you?
No, he didn't. My mom did, but I
Why did
had to.
Why did he get custody of you? I heard men say that you need a man to raise a boy to be a man. Why didn't your father step up and get custody of you?
He gonna say because the mama didn't let him. Watch.
Actually, and
Huh?
actually, my mom was in a better position to have
Oh, she
custody
was
of
a
me
better
and
parent.
dad. He was way too busy with work. No.
So she
I
didn't
wasn't
choose
saying that.
well.
So hold
Your
up,
mother didn't well.
hold up, y'all. Hold up. So your daddy said work was more important than you?
My dad was building his business that I currently work for and
Yeah,
own with
that's what I'm
him.
saying.
That's
So
why. Like my
okay,
dad,
so hold up. So your daddy put the business over you.
he put my
Because
future.
people, hold up.
That was my
No. People,
future.
hold up.
He was
Here's the
building my
gaslighting thing
future for
about
me.
that. Real quick. People can build businesses with children, right? He wasn't building that business all the fucking time. He was fucking around too. And for you to think that your father just couldn't have custody of you because he was trying to build this empire for you is fucking delusional, and you know it. So how often did you get to see your
Well,
daddy
no,
then? Hold up. How often did you get to see him
I saw
then?
every weekend.
On the weekends. He was a weekend daddy.
48
And
hours.
that's the thing. So, and I want
Yeah.
y'all to understand too, right? His mama could have been further. Like your father should actually get half of the stake of the fucking business of your mama, divorced or not, because she was raising your big headed ass. Like apparently she didn't have time to start her own business. But hold up, what's up, Dark Horse?
I want to hear the rest of the story. Hold on, let me hear the rest.
He said,
Yeah,
"Why
go
I gotta
ahead,
be
tell it.
big
No, because
headed?"
he clearly doesn't feel like his dad did anything wrong.
Queen. Y'all let him say it. Let him say what he's
Wait, what?
saying.
No.
Go ahead,
Well,
sir.
I mean, my dad was in my life very much, and still is, obviously. But yeah, I saw him every weekend, talked on the phone, throughout the week here and there.
Did
He was a busy guy,
did he
though.
have any girlfriends?
No, my dad never brought women around me. He never wanted to have that
So
experience with me at all.
wait. I got it. Shut up.
Did he have any girlfriends?
One that I know of.
Okay, he had time for a girlfriend. Just wanted to make sure I heard that right. Continue.
Come on, Dark Horse.
Well, I
Can I
mean,
say something real quick?
he had a time for a wife as well, but they got divorced.
No,
Can I
Kofi.
can I say something? Hold on, 20. I just want to point something out real quick, y'all. Have y'all noticed, like, it's clock in, lady. Saying a man didn't have a daddy, like telling a man, like, oh, you didn't have a daddy, is like telling him that he got a small pee in front of other men. Like, they gonna deny the fact that they daddy was, they had their daddy in their life, right? Like, let me tell you, a man having his daddy pick him up on the weekend is something for him to say. Like, he gonna assert that he had his dad in his life because his daddy picked him up on the weekend, or his daddy called him on the phone to see how he doing. To a man, that's them saying like, oh, I had my daddy in my life, because telling them that they didn't have their daddy in their life is like telling them that they got a small pee.
Lynn, I have a question for
It's
you.
Well,
embarrassing to them.
but my dad
What I'm
was in my
saying,
life,
like, it's
so
a source of embarrassment. Like, oh, nigga, you didn't have your daddy in your life. Like, no man want to admit that he didn't have his daddy in his
I
life.
think
They
that goes
want.
for both women and men.
No,
I don't
Kofi,
think
no,
anyone
no,
was
hold
No,
saying
on.
women
that.
don't
Kofi,
give a
hold
fuck
on, no.
about saying
No.
they daddy was a piece of crap and
I
ain't
think
none of
I
that.
I
I have
think
a question,
actually it's the
Kofi.
opposite.
I haven't said
Yes.
anything in a long time. I really need to ask Lynn
Okay.
this
Yeah.
question. Lynn,
Yeah.
I have a question for you. I
Yes.
really want to know why you think that having a father in everyone's life is like the prize, but we don't say this about
That's
people
what
that
you
were
heard her
raised.
say?
No, hold on. No. You gotta let me finish. Maybe I'm not saying it correctly. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Just let me get there. Because I rarely ever hear people say this as an insult about mothers not being in their child's lives. I rarely hear that. So why do you think that the ultimate insult is the father not being around, but if there is ever a time where the mother is not around, it's so lightly, it's not really the same. It doesn't have the same effect, and that's what people don't say. Why do you think that is?
I think because fathers are not around. So it's deemed as a flex. Like if your dad is not there, then it's a flex, and then if your dad isn't there, then like, because the reality is niggas be abandoning their kids. I think.
It's really rare for
I
a
don't
woman
know.
to
Am
not be
I
in their son's
explaining
or
it
their child's
correctly?
life.
I think we haven't. Hold on.
Yeah, how often is a mom not in
Because
their
hold on
child's
one
life though?
second.
That's
Hold
that's
on
like
one second. One
it's not even
second.
like a real
Hold
scenario.
on, Coffee.
I'm on
It's
your guys'
because
side for
men.
this. That's it.
It's
It don't
because
matter
No,
about who
oh
being
god.
on whose side. She want to speak. Go ahead, East.
because men don't know. Men are being a man is a performance, and they have to be taught how to be a man. If there's not a man there to teach them how to be a man, then that means that they're not a man. They don't know how to perform being a man. They don't have a man to pass them down homophobia. They don't have a
I
man to
agree.
pass them down misogyny. And they don't have a man to pass them down patriarchy. And they don't have a man to pass them down that insecurity. So therefore, because men are performing every fucking day, that's why they can't describe what it is to be a man. That's why they feel insecure. Nobody taught me how to be a man, therefore I am not a man.
Yeah, and it I agree, and I'ma steal your answer. That's what I would have said, but
That's
she didn't
exactly
put
what
it
you
in
would have
my
said.
brain. That's what, yeah,
That's exactly what
exactly.
you would have
Because
said.
I've said it before too, so I agree. We share the same brain, but I want to
Mm-hmm.
say this. The thing is too, men do perform masculinity, and like I always say that y'all y'all look at it like, damn, fuck, I lost it. My daddy, if I don't have a daddy there, it's the worst thing to me. And y'all look for a mentor and a father figure in other people because of that reason. Like y'all be like, oh, I need a man, I need a man, I need a mentor, I need a coach, I need a. Y'all be 30-something years old talking about, oh, I didn't have somebody there, I didn't have a role model, blah blah blah, and the whole time it's your turn to be the fucking role model. Like you can't just be the man that you wanted in your life, and it's ridiculous to me. Like once you a man, your manhood isn't confirmed unless it's affirmed by another man. Like,
Period.
and I
No,
So
think
I
that's
was
I
gonna say we
hold
could
up, y'all.
also call it the
Now I just want to make it clear because and I get what y'all saying, but at the same time, he said the reason why his father did not get custody was because his father was trying to build a business for him, and he just didn't have the time. That's why Dark Horse asked, was he in a relationship? So not only was he meet somebody, he got married. Like he was able to date. He was able to like court this person. They was able to get to know each other. They was able to plan a marriage, get married. I'm pretty sure. Like
He was
Wait,
spending
his
his
father got
money.
together.
divorced.
Hold
He got
up,
divorced
y'all.
twice?
Hold up, y'all. No, it wasn't. Yeah, so you said twice because of a new woman, but
Mm.
No.
hold up,
He was divorced
hold
once
up.
with my mom.
So he's saying that his father couldn't get custody because he didn't have time for him because he had to start this business and get the business up and running. We had plenty of time to get in a relationship because, like I said before, relationships take priority over the children.
amen. Yes. I also
man,
would like
whole
to
time your
preference.
daddy didn't start a business to give to you. He started a business in order to get women. He wanted something to get women with.
I would also like to preference
I
too the
mean,
fact that he said that he
Hold
gets him
up.
on the weekends. So how would you feel if it was the like your mother was building a business and she only could see you on the weekends and you had your a lot like that's what I'm saying. A lot of times women we're not the villain enough in these stories. Like it's never he literally just said it earlier when it's rare for women to like leave their children. That's the thing though. A lot of women, we don't have that sentiment of like, damn, I gotta put my kids last. We think of the kids first, so we have to sacrifice college careers and all these different things where we end up having to wait till our kids graduate to go back to school and get our bachelor's degree or start our new business or start traveling, all these things that we want to do and these aspirations that we have, because we're going to put the kids, taking care of the kids first. As to where we see fathers don't necessarily do that, even if they're thinking about their financial endeavors, they're going to put that at first before making time, the most time they can for their children. So it's crazy to me because like I guarantee you he would not, you could tell he thinks highly of his father based on how he's trying to defend him, which is cool. But I guarantee you if his mom had been trying to make that 6-figure, 7-figure business and she only got to see him on the weekends, he would not have the same sentiment. I guarantee it. I guarantee you, he would
think he
not feel the
would.
same way.
I don't think he would care because it's not important for mothers. Like the narrative in society is like it's not as important to have a mother as it is to have a father. So if you're lacking a father, then there's something wrong with you. But if you're lacking a mother, like you had your dad, so your dad can like make up for the role like of your mother. Like for example, we don't talk about often how many men have daddy issues because boys are okay if their dad wasn't in their life. Like, and these niggas be having daddy issues. And the opposite is the same for women. Like, we don't talk about how many like people talk about women for having daddy issues, but what about women who lack mothers? They be having issues with other women. Like a lot of women who didn't have good relationships with their mom, they be fucked up to other women.
True.
It's a plethora of different
I'm
things.
gonna go next.
Go ahead.
I wanted to end the conversation about the every weekend. I'm just going to say that there isn't a mother who is going to do all of the dirty work of Monday through Friday and never have their kids on the weekend. I'm going to tell you why. Let me tell you why. Weekends is the fun time. I'm going to do all of the ugly work, school, waking up early and all that kind of stuff. But when there's a celebration or a birthday party or a vacation, I want to take my kids somewhere, I'm never taking them because they always with the other parent. Absolutely the fuck not. I put all that goddamn work in. And ain't no mothers that's going to want their kid going every weekend. No, bitch. We going to Busch Gardens, motherfucker. We going to the water park, motherfucker. I'm going to enjoy all the fucking work I put in Monday through Friday. No kid is going with their other parent every fucking weekend. It doesn't happen. It will never happen. It will never happen because she puts that fucking work in. I done the hair. I done bought the fucking whatever I'm doing all fucking week. On Saturday, when my other friends from when their schoolmates say we got a party at Sky Zone, I'm taking my fucking kid. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to put in the work. So that shit doesn't even exist. So please stop bringing up these every weekend dads because that mother is going to want to do stuff. And just like the summer thing, my kid don't even get the whole summer because I want weeks to take my child on vacation in the summer. All that shit is alternated for a reason. Is split for a reason. Ain't nobody taking my kid every fucking weekend. And I just get to do school projects. And then what about soccer? What about the games? I'm going to take them to practice all week. But then on the weekend, I gotta. Who taking them to the games? The person who ain't been at practice all week ain't got the uniforms. It will be in servitude, so another parent can show up just for the fun time. I'm gonna do the practices. I'm gonna get the uniform washed. But when Saturday hit, you get to go to the game and cheer. Bitch, fuck you. It's just not realistic. Y'all stop bringing it up. It's a fucking lie. You're not with your other parent every fucking weekend, and your dad working so fucking much. If there is no business getting off the ground, that just shuts off on Saturday and Sunday. It ain't happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening unless he has an all-state office and he sells insurance Monday through Friday. Stop playing. I'm not fucking stupid. It don't shut down on Saturday and Sunday. Whatever you do with your dad, working for your dad, you work on the fucking weekends too.
Well, the actual dynamic between it was every other weekend. I just started going there.
That's even worse.
Weekend.
I know.
That's even
I know.
worse.
I'm not asking. I wasn't asking you, Kofi. I wasn't asking you. I already know. That's what I'm saying. But you guys always like to overinflate the involvement and the level of what your parent was doing. Like they spent all their time that they had off from work with you when they had time to do other stuff like build other relationships. That's all I'm trying to say. And I wanted to say too, the single mother thing happens when that baby is conceived. And if you understand from the time that baby is conceived, the government, the judicial system, health insurance knows that is your baby and only your baby. When you go in to your first appointment and you find out you're pregnant and they run your blood tests to see if you have any things in your system that shouldn't have been in there, they don't bring the man in and test his and see if he was taking something that shouldn't have been in his system.
So Dark Horse,
from the very no, I'm still fucking talking. This is my first rant. But you know what? That's what niggas do. Go ahead.
My bad. But I just wanted to create an analogy here, so maybe that it'd be easier to understand for him because I don't really think he's grasping it.
Hold up, real quick. Hold up. No,
I just
we ain't
haven't
doing
been
that
able
later.
to really
Hold
talk.
up. No, not you cut her off to do labor, fam. That's not happening. I want to remind y'all that every other weekend is 4 days out of the month.
We
The whole
know.
month, 4
We
days.
know.
Just so
We know
y'all
the
know.
game. It's a dirty game, Tara. It's a
Tara,
dirty fucking game. That's why I said we're not doing with this. Like I said, there is no responsibility when you start and you are growing that fucking baby. Every appointment they checking to make sure you doing everything right. That man is not getting checked for shit. When you birth that baby, they making sure you bring that baby in for shots. He not getting checked. If that baby's in a dangerous situation, you getting charges. If that baby don't come to school, you getting charges. When that bill comes from birthing that baby at the hospital, that's your bill. Only your name is on it. They don't have responsibility. The government don't recognize them as being responsible from the beginning. So I don't know why we be like, he need to be. They already know, baby, that's your baby. We societally will give that man the respect, but he don't have no obligations on paper until you maybe take him for child support. But from the beginning, your name is on every fucking thing. That hospital bill will not come to the dad. Your 9 months worth of visits to the OBGYN did not go to the dad. And you carrying it and you doing the work and your body getting tore up. And he still didn't do one red cent towards that. Please understand that is your baby. That's why the absentee starts way sooner than you guys believe, not 2 years after the divorce. He's already been absent. The child support system is you trying to recoup some of what you may have lost, but that child support don't include the time you took growing that baby. It don't include your appointments and everything you have to sacrifice for that baby. It don't include that parent getting a phone call saying, why didn't your child have this for school? That's not included. That there are lots of responsibilities that society expects from the mother that they don't expect from the dads. That's all that I'm saying. So if you understand that dynamic, then the absenteeism starts way earlier and it shows up way more, like 4 days out of the month is considered an active parent or a present parent or in my life parent. And you know that it's not the same. And I'm gonna mute up.
So I want to also say that even let's say if it was 50-50, it's never 50-50, but I say it was a 50-50 split of custody, it's still not the same because the mother's doing way more work when she has custody of the child. That's the thing. Like, men will take the baby to his mama house, he'll got you in there watching the TV while he do whatever in the background, where the mother is still setting up all the important things for the child. It's not even equal when it's 50-50.
Tara, I was just on the calculator app. I just wanted to say real quick, every other weekend, but is out of 365 days, is 52 days a year. So your father had you 52 days a year, and he was in your life. Your teacher actually, your teacher had spent more time with you than your own father did, if you think about it. Your school teacher probably spent more time with you and saw you more than your father did. So,
but you also gotta think about the time too, right? Like, are you going there over Friday? Or you gotta wait till Saturday. Are you going home Sunday night or Sunday afternoon? Because like it don't even be 2 full days.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was 2 full days for me. But I ended up moving in with my dad actually.
The story keep changing. Like,
well, I mean, time went on. I never really got to explain.
What age?
What age?
I was about 12.
Sarah,
when he can stay home alone, when he can cook his own pizza rolls, when he can do his own homework, when the law won't come lock you up for leaving a child alone. I hate it here.
It's because my dad, he put me in a private school, and
Wait, so he stopped being a businessman after 12?
No,
so
he's
still building the business?
Yeah, it was up and running during that time. Yeah.
What kind of business are we talking? What type of business is it?
Concrete construction. Yes.
Construction. I told you. And listen, I'm not gonna tell you about that fucking scam.
Damn.
I already knew it was construction. I'm not gonna tell you about these fucking scamming ass men. The way they will have you believing that this type of work is draining and takes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As no fucking way. There's no way that there's no construction being done on Saturday and Sunday.
And he could have
There
done that
is
with
no
you.
way.
Yeah,
Well,
he could
Stop
have.
it.
that's why I was with him on the weekends.
No, he
Because
could
there
have
was
done
no
it with
construction
you
on the
though,
weekend.
even during the week. He could have
Well,
done it because I did it raising my 3 sons. I have a concrete and construction
No,
company.
I was gonna say my mother has a construction business, and it definitely
He could
she
have done
definitely
it
has
with
a lot of
you.
time on her
He's
hands,
talking
like a
about
lot
no.
of
He
time.
was saying he was doing the work himself, his hands. He was there on site, not
yeah, I was
So
there
running
was
with
it.
him.
I.
He was there on site. So he didn't have him as a 3-year-old out there, or he shouldn't have had a 3-year-old
But he could have
out
figured it out
there
with childcare. I
because
did
you
it.
would
I'm
have to
on
keep the
Well,
site.
3-year-old tethered to you, and you couldn't be putting beans up, and you couldn't be putting pipes in with a 3-year-old there. You
right,
would have to
right.
be sitting off to the side on the back of the truck watching somebody
Uh,
else do the
uh,
work with the
that's exactly.
3-year-old. We're not playing those games. You couldn't
But
be
he would
there.
have
He
figured it
either has
out.
to hold you to make sure you don't run off some unfinished piece or hole and drop into something, or he's sitting off watching the other workers do it. Which
Well,
means
Especially
he
if
no,
didn't
he
that
need to
was
be
building
there.
the business,
He
he
didn't
could
need to
have
be
brought you
there.
with him. Like
He could have
no,
figured
he
it out
no
the
he
same way I
he
did.
he,
Get a
he did
nanny.
during the summer. He actually would. It'd be me and my 2 sisters. We would be with him on the job site. I didn't fucking like those days, but like looking back, like
Hold up, why you ain't like it?
because I mean I'm a little kid. I wanted to do fun stuff. I didn't want to be
Who was
there on the
watching
job
y'all?
site.
His
Who was
sisters.
watching?
My older sister, she was 5 years older than me. So
oh my
Wow,
god.
that's how he had them.
What?
The sisters was
Wait,
doing it. I told you somebody had to be watching him. I'm not
I,
dumb.
hold
yeah,
on,
we had
wait a minute,
it was the 3
wait
of
a
us
minute,
on the
hold on,
job
wait.
site.
So, your father, first of all, the whole 12 years old thing, let's knock it off. We not even gonna entertain that bullshit. But your
I lived with him
father
for 10
had 3.
years.
Hold on, wait
Wait,
a minute, 1 second, hold on. Your father had you every weekend, and he had your mother had 3 kids by herself throughout the entire week.
yeah.
No, it was every other weekend.
Oh
And
Jesus!
he
Every
doesn't.
other weekend.
Yeah. So
And
every
when
other
you moved in
weekend.
at 12, did he take his sisters with? Did he take your sisters with you?
No, they would have
No,
been 17 or older by then. He had the sisters when they were younger because the sisters watched him. So that's how he was able to get them every weekend and bring them to the job site because the sisters were watching him.
so my older sister, my oldest sister, the one that was watching me, that was my half sister. So we had the same mom, different dads, right? And she would
Hold
watch
up.
us. And
Hold up.
yeah,
That wasn't her dad.
no, that was her
So he
dad,
would.
not her
Hold up.
biological father though. But he raised her like his own,
Okay.
treated her
So
like
they
his
were.
own. That's
But the
yeah.
reason why she came because she was a babysitter.
The father
Right.
that stepped up. Yeah.
Every other
No,
2 weeks.
well,
He treated
I
her like he was her daughter, but he only saw her every 4 days out of a month.
that was
And
just
then
how it was set up.
when he
Yeah.
moved in, when they moved in, he used her as a babysitter.
So how did
No,
he have time?
before
He
that.
didn't use her as a
Long
babysitter.
before that.
It
Okay.
was just us 3 on the job site with him, and she was obviously older. But it's not like we were like running off doing a bunch of crazy stuff. My dad
Wait,
was
but there's 3 kids at the job site. This just
yeah.
goes.
So hold up. When did he have time to get in a relationship?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Maybe
Hmm.
I don't know the timeline. Maybe 2010. Maybe like when I was 10 years old.
Damn.
A little later down the
So
line.
hold up. You don't think he was dating anybody before you got before you for 7 years?
That was something my
Literally,
dad
like
never. He never wanted to. He never brought women around because he didn't want me to think
I
that it
mean,
was
to be
like
fair,
okay to be around a lot of women
you
like that.
wasn't. Hold up. To be fair, you wasn't around him that much.
Yeah.
Sure.
he had
Did he
26
do
days a month to
residential?
entertain that woman.
Did he do residential or commercial?
It was. It's a little bit of both. Mostly residential though.
But that's what I'm saying, that even those 4 days that he had you was spent at his job. It wasn't spent quality time with you. Like that's what we're trying to explain. Like that's not what you think it is. Like you were like, that wasn't fair because I was bored.
On the weekends, like during like the residential, like so like throughout the week, that's when you're working and stuff. Weekends, there's no work being done. So the weekends that I was with him, we didn't obviously go to the job site. The time that I was on the job site was during the
So what
summer
did y'all? All right, what
when it
did
was
y'all
like throughout the
do?
week. I mean,
So what did y'all
fucking
do?
everything.
Like
I
what?
mean,
Like
family fun center, amusement parks, freaking parks. I mean, just
It's
random
Dog, cause
stuff.
just
I
like
told
You
you.
what
know,
Darla
Dog, hold
said.
on. Dog, cause I told you what happened when you get these niggas answers. But go ahead.
That was mine.
movies. I mean,
No.
we had a lot of good times, a lot of good memories.
Mm-mm. I already discounted this thing when he was like every weekend. I just said I ain't believing shit else. So once it's one
Well,
lie, I
the,
want you to know that I
the
think all the rest of the things are like I'm just entertaining at this point,
I
but
mean,
I don't believe
that
shit.
wasn't a lie.
Because hold on, because for him to say that he brought, first of all, one, like Dark Horse, you already know OSHA. That's all I'm sitting here thinking. OSHA. If he worked commercial, that means that he brought 3 kids violating OSHA policy, which could have actually violated his insurance, which would have caused him to lose his business. He would have brought 3 children on a commercial job site. That's not fucking happening. Bam. So that's not commercial. So okay. So
it
then hold
was
on. Wait a
residential.
minute. Wait. I know it was residential. I know you was gonna say residential, but then again, you mean to tell me that he was doing residential housing? And he brought 3 kids to somebody's house. So when you hire a construction worker, you saying, okay, I want to extend out this garage. I want to build a mother-in-law suite. I want to lift my house up, right? Your father brought 3 kids with him to people's house every job?
No, these are residential. These were residential contracts, so these were just houses that were just getting built. It was a job site.
That would be a commercial job site.
So it wasn't.
So that would
it
be
wasn't
commercial.
often.
If it was he was building houses from the ground up, that's commercial. If he's going into someone's house, that's residential. So was he doing commercial? Because you should know, because you said that you work for him, right?
Yeah.
So does he do residential or does he do commercial or residential? Which one is it?
He does both.
Oh my god!
He does both.
Oh my god!
So you can't do both. You're telling me you can't do both.
If anyone comes over to inspect just randomly what the fuck is going on, and they writing up shit for not even having your hard hat on or having on safety goggles, but they're gonna okay 3 kids running around the property because he upstairs working on the goddamn beams and y'all downstairs doing whatever, like it's not safe. You know it. Come on now.
That's what I'm saying. This man is lying.
We were in the truck. No.
You were in the truck. You was in his work truck. You was in his flatbed, right? Because every construction man got a flatbed.
The work truck, flatbed, and then oftentimes these job sites also did have like parks and stuff. You know, how, like these neighborhoods, they have like parks and shit.
So your father left you alone. Oh, come on now, y'all, ladies.
His truck was parked right next to what he was working on.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on. But hold on. You said you hated these times, right? So if you hated it, y'all was most likely bored, just waiting in the car.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah, bored. Yeah.
So you were neglected. You were neglected.
Mm-hmm.
He was working.
You were neglected, sir.
He was okay. He was working. So like, what is he supposed to do?
He brought you to his job site.
Hold up. You telling me that his own business, he couldn't arrange to be off the 4 days that she would see you?
Summer camp.
That makes sense to you?
A sitter, summer camp, YMCA, Boys and Girls Club, the basketball camp, anything else?
During the week, it was straight work because that's what he was supposed to do. On the weekends, he didn't work, right? The only thing related to work would be like scheduling, for the next week. But
he was talking about the summers when he would go. He would go to the site in the summers,
right? Yes. And there's no woman who was taking her kids and popping them in the car during her 8-hour shift, saying this summer's out, and if they do, she going to jail. She's going to jail. There's camps. There's other things you can pay for your kids to do. You can pay for a sitter. You can do all kinds of things. Apparently. He had the money, right? So if you can,
you say he had money for private school. He couldn't pay for y'all to go nowhere in the summer. He just said sit in the car.
Well, so this is the thing, is that not every day of the summer, obviously, I was with him on these job sites. It was just
Mm-hmm.
here and there. It was just here and there when it would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, most of the time that we did hang out though with my dad, we weren't on the job site, right? But sometimes that was the case. Sometimes he would have a side job and we were with him, and it was just like, hey, like we gotta go, and that's just how it was. Um, but like I said I didn't like it because what kid wants to be bored on a job site doing just sitting there for however
You know
long it
what I
takes.
find funny? You know what I find funny is that, like, I just by the verbiage that you use, I could just tell that your father wasn't really present in your life. Because this is the thing. I have never, when I was a little girl, I never hung out with my mom. Has anybody ever just hung out with your mom? No, you're with your fucking mom. But you know who I have hung out with was with my stepdad. I hung out with him, and that was just a couple of hours a day. You don't hang out with your parent unless it's something that is just not an occasional thing. It's not an objective state of being. That's how I know that you being around your father was so like here and there, chaotic, that you use the verbiage hung out with my dad. Nobody hangs out with their mom.
I would say
Wait a minute. They're just with their mom, because when you're with your mom, it's a perpetual state of being. When you hanging out with your dad, it's because it's every now and then.
yeah. Well, obviously, if I was with him every other weekend, it was every now and then. No
No,
shit.
you're
Like,
talking about when you lived with him, right? Remember you said that with 12 years old that you lived with him, you moved in with him?
yes. I
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
talking
the
about that. I was talking about when I was on the job site as a little kid, because I was too young to just be by myself at the house. When I did move in with him and he did work, I wasn't there because
Wait a
I was
minute.
old
Okay,
enough to
so
watch
you're
out for
talking
myself.
about, so before you were 12 years old, you only had him on the weekends. Your dad didn't work on the weekends. I'm just going off of your story, Coffee.
Okay.
Before you were 12 years old, you lived with your mother, right? That's what you said. And
Mhm.
when you only saw him every other weekend, right? That's what you said. And
Yeah.
so he didn't take you to the job sites. You would be with your dad on the weekends. That's what you said. And then once you moved in with him, that's when you started to go on the job sites on the weekdays. And every now and then he would have a pickup job on the weekend.
No, he was on that site when he was a kid. The older sisters watched him during the summers or whatever. I'm saying that he said during the summers, the older sister that wasn't his dad's would come along too because they watched him before he turned 12.
Okay.
So
I
So
honestly I don't care about him in his life no more. What was
Nigga, I'm
the
done with
original
this.
point?
The point is, niggas be doing a bare minimum,
well,
and
I mean,
these niggas think highly of their dads doing a bare fucking
well,
minimum.
I lived with my dad more than I lived with my mom. Actually, I lived
No,
with
you
my
didn't,
mom for
because
10 years.
no, you did not, because you said you moved in with her when you were 12.
Yeah,
Hold
and
up,
I moved out.
Queen. Hold
I
up.
moved out when I was 22.
Hold up, y'all. Real quick, can we tap the screen, get the 50K in the next 5 minutes? Y'all can go ahead and share the live out. If you didn't send your heart me, send a daily heart me. If you agree with people on the panel, you can support them by gifting. And if you learn something, send some hand hearts or something. Go ahead. With Queen, you were saying something?
No, I was just saying, like, it's just the gist of it is that men fathers do the bare minimum, like, and they still get pedestalized, though.
And they like to take kids in once the kid is independent too.
Once the kid is
Hold on,
grown and independent.
he about to tell us how his father was more involved than his mother, though, y'all. Let
Because
him,
he said that his
let
his,
him, no, let him say it. Go ahead, Coffee.
No. So when my parents got divorced, I was 3 years old, and I lived with solely my mom from 3 to 12, and then with my dad, it was from 12 to about 22. Then I moved out. So I mean, I spent a good amount of time with him.
So are you
solely
saying,
just
hold
him.
up, real quick, you saying because she had you for 9 years and he had you for 10 years, that he did more?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying that I had a good amount of time with him because you guys were saying that he was like absent, and I was like, no, he wasn't. I
Yeah,
lived with him
I
for
guess
10
you
years.
talking about. It seemed like you thinking spending time. I guess y'all was in the same household together. The conversation is about parenting. The bulk
Yeah.
of parenting, like when you talking about like making sure you have the proper support, if you been getting the right enrichment, like there's a lot more parenting happening when a child is young versus when they older. And let's be honest, when you was 20, he wasn't doing much of nothing. So I just that's the point I want to focus on, the fact that the bulk of your parenting was done by your mother, and then your
Yeah,
father, who was
I agree.
neglectful. Like, yeah, it was easier for him because like he ain't had to do nothing.
So yeah, no, I definitely agree. My mom was more involved with other things like parent teacher conferences, dentist appointment, doctor's appointment, all that. She took care of all of that, no doubt. Um, with my dad, it was a different dynamic. I was older, but like I was, it's as a guy though, like my dad was like super important to my life. Obviously, I mean the whole conversation surrounding this is that how that father should be present. So he was present, especially at like times where I'm growing up, I'm getting older, high school relationships. He's teaching me lessons, this, that, and third. So it's like they were at different times, but they were helpful in each way.
Okay, so Kofi, as a man whose father was present in my home my entire life, I'm really getting irritated with
Thank
this
you for giving the
conversation.
panel, Amara.
Thank you, Amara.
And I'm getting irritated with this conversation and where you're coming from, because you are literally absolving your father from being held responsible for not being present when he needed to be. The reality is like being a father
Thank you, Amara.
being a father on the weekends does not make you a father. It doesn't. You're not
So
a father if you're a father on the weekend.
can you admit, Kofi, can you admit that your mother was a better parent?
Okay, this is crazy because none of you guys.
I'm asking you, can you admit that your mother was a better parent?
I can't say that she was the better parent.
Why
And I'm
not?
not saying my dad was the better parent either.
If I was your mother,
Well,
I'd be
hold up.
so mad right now.
Hold
I'd be
on. Why
pissed.
couldn't you? Hold on. Why can't you say that your mother was a better parent?
Because both were helpful in different ways. And honestly, I would be, and I'm speaking for myself, but like I would be worse as a person right now if it wasn't for my dad.
I feel really
Why is
Wait a
that?
bad.
minute.
Hold
Wait,
up.
wait,
Hold
hold
up.
I
on.
Hold up.
agree.
Hold up.
Okay.
Why is that?
Tara, clock
Why is
it.
that?
Tara about to.
Say again?
Tell us. Tell us. Why would you have been better or worse off? Explain that.
Without your dad, yeah.
Without my dad, I mean, he taught me everything that I know now.
What?
I mean,
It's
just
about
how
to
to be
get
a
good.
man.
It's
I
about to
mean,
get
So hold
good.
up.
I told you.
Exactly.
I told you.
I mean, the thing is you guys also weaponized guys not having
Hold
dads.
on, Coffee.
You said a guy,
Let me break my motherfucking arm to pat myself on the back. These niggas need a nigga to tell them how to be a man. And
yeah.
this is why he refuses to acknowledge that his father
And
is
then I'm gonna
absent.
cycle you out real quick.
Told you.
Well,
Go ahead,
yeah.
Kofi. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, don't we agree with that
Hey,
men
Craig.
need fathers in their lives?
Listen,
It's not
I
not to teach
agree.
you how to be a man, though. You're a man because that's what you are. You get to define what masculinity is for yourself. You're an individual. Your
Well,
dad being there is a good thing, but that should not be the reason why. That should not be the like the gist of it. Should not be him. You defining what masculinity is through him. So like that.
well,
That's what you're saying is basically. So if he wasn't in your life, would you be a
Can
man?
we can
Like
we
if he
oh
know
was
yeah.
not
what
there.
No,
what
I would say I'll say
yeah,
this.
and what did your dad teach you on how to be a man? Tell us that so we can have
Thank
a better
You,
understanding.
I mean, it's pretty.
Tijuana.
It's through a lot of different examples. Number one, right? Like I got
So
to
Mm-mm.
give an
see.
example.
I had to see, you know, the type of work that he put in to become the man that he was, because it wasn't perfect. I mean, I'm not saying my dad was this perfect guy, right?
That's not the
Still isn't to this
question.
day.
No,
But the,
we don't need this. Just answer the question.
I mean, you guys want me to
How did
list
your
off
dad
things?
teach you how to be a man? What did he teach you?
He teach me how to work hard, be responsible, be accountable, be on time, make sure shit's, you know, if you
These sound like job
specifically in construction.
responsibilities.
Hold on, y'all gotta
Yeah,
let him finish.
but it's through examples. Like I had to see it for myself, and when you see it, you want to be it, right? So like I looked up to my dad. I saw how people treated him. I saw how he treated people. He taught me how to be a gentleman towards women as well. Like he taught me
Okay.
all of these things. So like my
So
mom,
hold on.
yeah.
Hold on. When you said responsible, and it's not necessarily something he said, something you saw, even with him being neglectful towards you, you still saw responsibility from him?
Yeah, because I saw my dad actually evolve
Working. You saw him
throughout
working.
time. Well, I saw one day he has, you know, a nicer house and a nicer vehicle,
So you
and
saw
his truck.
money. You saw money.
I saw the work that he put in to get there. I saw the countless amount of days.
But hold on. So this is the thing. Being a man is more than what your house looks like and you having a nice car. It's also about you actually, you know, following through on your responsibilities. And the reality is, Kofi, is that what the women are spending. My bad. Can y'all
What
hear me?
happened? Yeah.
My bad.
We can hear
Okay.
you.
What the women on the panel are trying to get you to understand is that your dad treated you like you were convenient, not at like a responsibility. Because the reality is that you were very convenient to your father. He could come and get you whenever he wanted to, and he could focus on what he really thought mattered the most to him, which was work and what was in his bank account. That's what happened. And you are putting your dad on a pedestal just because he was around. But the reality is that a present parent is not just a parent that comes to get you every other weekend and speaks to you on the phone. It takes more than parenting than that.
His dad was able to amass that type of wealth because he got to abandon his kid for the first like 9 years of his life. And also I want to say it is the first 12 years of his life, because let's be fucking for real. The first 3 years of a child's life, you're going to be glued to your mother's tit. Like, so it was the first 12 years. And then on top of that, you said that he was trying to build a business, so he was working. But I have a question. Was your mom a stay-at-home mom?
Yeah.
Was your mom a stay-at-home mom?
Yes, she was.
How was she a stay-at-home mom?
Because my dad paid her.
It's
So
almost as though
wait.
you resent your mother for
No,
not working.
I don't
So your
resent my
dad,
mother at all.
for after 3 years old, your mom was a stay-at-home mom, and she completely was able to pay all of her bills and all of her expenses and everything
My dad
through
paid
child
her
support.
bills. My dad paid her bills.
She paid the bills, right? But what
My
else?
dad paid
There's
her
other
bills.
things besides. There's other things besides bills. We're grown up. We know there's other things besides bills, and we know he probably paid. If he did, he paid the rent, right? He paid the car note or whatever. But there's other things.
Yes,
So
like clothes and food. Yes, all of that went to
And things for
the same thing.
herself, her hair done, nails done, her expenses for herself, you
her
know,
sanitary
going out.
pads.
He paid for what was necessary for me.
There it is.
So
So your mother had a job.
He paid child support.
He paid child support.
he paid more than child support.
Okay, so then what? Okay, so if you're saying that he paid what was necessary for you, but you're saying that she did not work and he paid
No.
more than child support, what's going on here?
So she didn't work for, I would say, all the way up until, what was that, like 2000.
How old were you?
2010.
How old were you?
Yeah, I was about 9 years old.
When
then
she started
ended
working?
up then she started working, yes. But for like once they divorced, you know, the whole, you know, because she was a stay-at-home mom when they were married. So
But once they divorced,
yes,
you got to help us explain.
yeah, she got alimony. So he paid that all the way up until she ended up getting a job, but he was still paying child support as well.
So he was paying child support and alimony at the same time.
Yes, they're two separate things. And then
No, I got that part.
When he was 12, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
Not paying child support, but
Hold up, y'all. Hold up.
No,
hold up.
he still paid child support for my sister.
Hold up, coffee. Hold up. Go ahead, Liz.
Yeah, I was just listening to this story. I think it's interesting that he said that he didn't view either of his parents as being necessarily that much like better than the other one. And that just goes to show how, like what our double standards are for men in a parenting role versus women. Because I think in his mind, his mother lived up to what she was expected to do, right? And so did his dad. But those expectations are so wildly different. So it's like it's same because both parents lived up to their expectations, but the expectations could not be more different. And that's why women, when they can do 10 times the work in this arena that men do and still be seen as equal, oftentimes worse, honestly, but at best equal generally. I think that's pretty wild.
Is about that. When a mother reminds her child, like let's say you remind your child like, oh, these are sacrifices that I make, like rightfully so, because if your dad is in opposition, the dad is in opposition, she's wrong for that too. Like you're not supposed to, as far as my knowledge, like it's wrong for a mother to tell her child the sacrifices that she makes with him. You're a bad mother for explaining to your child the sacrifices that you make for them, but then they'll grow up and not even be able to see it.
Right, that's true. Yeah, and I don't know what the solution is because you don't want to like throw it in your kid's face and make them feel like a burden,
But dads can do that to their
But
kids.
the dads do it though.
Yeah, but that
I did this
right.
for you. I did this for you.
Yeah.
I wasn't there because I needed 12 years to build my business. There's not a mother who can say, hey, I need 12 years to work on my business. Watch the kid every year. I'll get him every other weekend.
They actually
so
did
not,
they both threw it in my face, actually. If I'm being honest, they both did.
Okay, well then they were both shitty.
Well, no, I mean, they're just not perfect. It is what it is. Like, you learn, but it is what it like. I don't hate either. I love both my parents. They're both involved in my life. It's just like,
but one parent you're supporting, Kofi. One person you're like, yeah, he did all of this because now I work at the business. Like you're in support of the stuff that he was doing in his face, and you're saying to us now, this is the reason he needed to do this. I'm making excuses. Yep, he couldn't see me a lot. He was working really hard to get the business off the ground, and now I work there. Like you are justifying it, like it's cool, and you want to do it, and you could be that same dad and make that same excuse because that's acceptable.
No. Actually,
hold on, Kofi, because I don't give a crap about what you went on anymore. I'm gonna be honest. I want to say something. Josh said so. So y'all are jealous that men are praised by their kids, and my answer is I'm not a mother. But you can say that I'm a mother. I got 10 kids, 10 different baby daddies. I don't give a fuck what you think or say. Yes, I am jealous that dads are praised more than their mother. I'm wildly jealous because after all the work you put in and the sacrifice you made just by bringing that child on this earth and doing and sacrificing almost everything for them. Like you will give up the world for that baby and for them to grow up and get on a TikTok live panel and then say that you didn't do as much as they dad, and for them to give the praise to the dad who barely did very much of nothing, a little bit of nothing, and they enjoyed the process at that. They was able to bust a nut without a condom and enjoy that, right? And get somebody pregnant, and you telling me that this little motherfucker is gonna get on TikTok at the age of 20 and downplay everything that I did for them? Fuck yes, I'm jealous. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah,
did I downplay what my mom did?
Yes, you did.
No, but you literally said that you are the man you are today because of your dad. He helped you become you didn't say both of my parents helped me become the man that I am. You said my dad is the reason I'm the man that I am. And that's why my question to you was,
Queen, last night there was a man who got on this panel and got mad when we pointed out the fact that his dad had 9 kids. He was number 3. His dad ended up having 6 more kids and not being able to fully take care of them all because he had so many kids. He moved to a different state. His dad had to like come visit him and sleep in a hotel room. And he said, my dad was there. He called me all the time. And when we pointed out that that's not good parenting, he started bashing his mom in order to imagine your child, imagine your son that you sacrificed everything for in order to prove that his daddy, who wasn't really there for him, was a good man, to a bunch of strangers on the internet, start telling the strangers about how you used to suck cock behind a bathroom floor and blah, 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 blah. Like, the man started telling all of his mama fucking business on the internet in order to save his daddy.
Well, I didn't do that.
But this is the thing, it's just bigger than you, Coffee. It's the point that you guys are y'all are pick-me's in y'all own way, and y'all literally define y'all masculinity based on y'all father, that y'all literally neglect the fact that you're supposed to define it shouldn't even be about who raised you. It should be about being a good human being. That's for one. But the fact that you're clinging to the idea that, you know, you're a good person because of your father, when your mother was there the most pivotal years of your life. From a child being 0 to 5 years old, those are like the most pivotal years of a child. They're them growing. So you kind of like, you literally said, oh, she had me, my dad had me more time than my father, when they kind of had you the same amount of time. Like, she had you the first 10 years plus, and then he got you. But you said you spent more time with him, when that doesn't even make sense. Like, that just contradicts itself.
Your dad
But
was getting 52 days a year.
Talking about the dad. These men be talking about, my dad taught me how to be a man. My dad taught me how to be a man. You can't describe not a fuck ass thing that daddy didn't talk to.
I mean, I gave a couple examples.
But the examples you gave were vague, and they can also apply to the things that women also do. That doesn't have anything to do with, those traits are not solely based on masculinity or manhood. Those are just responsible, respectable things that you need to do to be able to be
The thing is, they won't listen. They won't listen to their mama if they they have to hear from their daddy.
My dad was raised by his mom because he had a deadbeat. So actually, I agree with that. It's not just from a man. It can happen from a woman. My grandma raised my dad. And he he is who he is because of her. So it's not just the man. Like, it's not just the man in that scenario. But for me, it was. Like, that's just all I'm saying. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Like,
So, do you think your grandmama should have seen the red flags in your grandfather?
But that's why I'm tired of talking to him. Y'all keep asking this nigga questions and talking to him about his situation. I really don't give a fuck about you and your daddy's situation no more. I'm gonna be honest. Like, we done picked your brain about your mama and daddy too much.
Craig
no, that's fair.
Hold on, Coffee.
I was just trying to have a conversation.
What's up, Craig?
What's up, y'all? I've been listening in on the conversation, so I want to ask the panel a question. So is a dad wrong for not being present, but leading by an example, by setting the example? You know, this is my job to provide, to make sure the house is taken care of financially, and being the disciplinary. Is that quote unquote absent father? Although he may be working, but he's still
what do you mean by
providing for the household.
What you mean by the disciplinary?
Like, if one of the boy kids get out of line, he's the one to straighten them up. So, like, be respectful to your mother. So be respectful
to the boy kids. Do you talking about this towards the boy kids?
Yeah, because I know some days they don't want to discipline their girl children. They leave that to the mother.
Here's the thing about that, though, you need to understand is, like, discipline isn't necessarily something physical or reprimanding. It literally can be teaching. And the thing is, the way that men advertise their parenting is, like, from them, like, basically being an authoritarian and not a teacher, not somebody who build rapport with that child, have a relationship. That's the problem, because he sees the child as property. But real quick, though, I wanted you to go real quick, because I'm going to drop y'all real quick. I'm going to come right back, y'all. We need some more case studies. Feel free to come back, but I'm going to end and start right back over, y'all.